not without some R&R first, because Don's fists caught on fire, so we have ways to disrupt our important mission first.
I
All right.
never
Well,
said anything about that.
well,
Accurate.
specifically, uh, do you guys remember where you are?
We are.
We recently left Massini, and we are
Yeah.
camping currently outside of a big tree.
No.
It's all Francis's fault.
You guys had actually made it to the next town over and
Oh,
stayed
okay.
in an inn
Only
outside
this.
the city's walls.
Does L seem a little spicy to you right now?
A little bit.
A little bit. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Did I do something wrong?
Yes.
It's just Zeta talking.
Carry on.
So, I go ahead and move you guys over. Did I ever come up with a... I didn't.
Oh my god, what is this maps?
You guys are just outside the walls of Hinji, though you don't know the name of the city yet. Again, I'll quickly recap the environment. It's the night after, or it's the morning after a night of heavy rains. So the streets are a bit muddy, and across the road, and about a couple hundred meters past the road, you see an encampment that you couldn't notice the night before due to the darkness. There's a decent amount of traffic in the area, people heading in and out of the gates. The walls of the city, by the way, aren't. They're not like large stone walls or whatever. It's more of a fence than anything. You can see beyond the fences.
More like a palisade.
Yeah, I mean there's guards that can patrol the rafters, but you can see through the gaps in the logs. But yeah, there you stand outside after finishing up your breakfast.
Sorry about that.
Where
Oh
are these
goodness.
white bars and stuff? Missing map pieces.
Don't walk into those, Aubrey. Stay away from those.
Has a bunch of stuff labeled that you guys don't know anything about.
Ah,
So, now that Nathaniel's here,
Sorry about that.
pretty much perfect timing. Guess now's as good a time of any, as any.
For what?
Well,
As
as you
time.
guys are leaving your inn for the morning, you see a rather large. I guess I don't know if large is the right word for it. How would you describe your character, Nathaniel?
Oh, Nathaniel's here.
Yes.
Glad of you to join us.
Right.
you're getting echo for me.
I don't hear any echo.
Yeah. I think Roll20 reset their settings, so you need to go through and make sure it's not happening there too.
Talk.
Testing.
Perfect.
All right.
So, he's not particularly tall, but he is built like a brick wall.
He's a wide boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
See the wide wolf.
He is not a wide wolf. He is just a wide boy. But yeah. On his back, you would see. It doesn't have like a scabbard or anything ridiculous like that. But just a very large sword with a cloth covering it. Very large sword, and he's just, calling out to passerby on the street. Oh, right, forgot to mention, he is wearing a helmet. Helmet with some town's crest on it, and so the visor is down, and he's just calling out to people. Excuse me. Have you seen a dragon around here? I'm looking for a dragon.
Do we overhear that?
Oh yeah, he's very
Hold
open
on.
about it.
Which town's crest?
Give me a
Um,
knowledge local.
Good thing I'm a bard who didn't spec into knowledge.
Damn, too bad you don't have any bardic knowledge. Let's see it.
Excuse me 1 second.
Hey,
Um, that's not quite going to be enough.
I'll do a
I'll
knowledge
throw
local.
mine in. Ah, my browser.
Nope.
oh, straight to the browser.
Okay, sorry about that.
All right, but yeah.
Sorry, my shit's fucking up.
What do you need to roll?
I got it. Haha.
No.
Got it.
Got it.
You guys do not recognize whatever crest adorns this man's helmet.
I'm gonna suggest something stupid. Perhaps you just ask.
I'm gonna look
You're over there.
to the group.
Who does that?
Yeah. No, you're over
Sounds
there
like
yelling
this-
about dragons.
Sounds like this tin can man over here may be looking for the same thing we are.
We did recently encounter a dragon.
I wonder
I
which
mean-
dragon he's looking for.
That's correct. That's,
We could ask and find out if it's the one that we're looking for.
what if he's the dragon?
I doubt he's the dragon, Francis.
You don't know
Gerald.
that.
I mean, not Gerald. Ober will
Donovan-
call
Donovan
out
Joe
to
starts
the
bleeding.
man. Hey, son. You looking for a dragon?
So,
Hey, son.
Yes, I am looking for a dragon. Where did you say you, or rather, would you happen to know where one is?
My God, this
I-
boy's an idiot.
Well, first of all, there's multiple dragon. Are you looking for a specific dragon?
His fucking head's about to explode.
Somewhat. Captain Marsden gave me a mission. He sent me off to slay a dragon that is threatening the peace and order of Cheliax.
Ober will raise an eyebrow to the rest of the group.
So you're just looking for any dragon that might be threatening the peace and order of Cheliax.
Yes, those are my orders.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You know,
Well-
Summers Grove is technically inside of Cheliax. And there is a dragon threatening our home village.
It's actually why we're out here as
Say.
well.
That is,
the-
in fact, why we're out here as well.
Zeta, what the hell are you doing?
And we care about order. I don't know.
Well,
about
he's
peace.
looking for dragons. We're looking for dragons.
We don't know this guy from Adam's house cat.
But this is serendipitous, don't you think?
Is it?
Saren.
That we would
Zeta,
run
we-
into a man looking for the same thing as us?
Aubrey, Zeta, we already have a Francis. We can't afford to feed another one.
My name's not Francis.
Yeah, his name's not Francis.
Donovan then indicates directly to the soldier. You see?
My name is
Well,
Leland. Leland
he's-
Tuco.
See, his name's not Francis.
Yeah, we're good.
You said your captain sent you out here?
Yes, Captain Marsden. Wonderful man. Well, I hope one day I'm as great as he is.
I get the feeling that Captain Marsden just wanted to dump him off somewhere.
I mean, we
Clearly,
could say that
Captain
about our
Marsden was-
elders as well.
Pursuing a grand goal of searching for a dragon. Isn't that right?
Yes.
See?
Yeah, I mean it's a thing to do.
Zeta, why are you encouraging this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What is? Has your village done anything to prepare for this threat, as you put it?
Captain Marvison believes I'm capable, and so he sent me on my quest.
Yes. See, that's what our village did, and now we're on our way back to evacuate the place before it gets destroyed
By a dragon.
Horrible.
by a dragon.
Yeah.
Do you know where this dragon is?
No.
That's a shame. It seems I should help you find it.
It seems you should. Would you like to help us find this dragon?
Very
By
much so.
By Courageous, no!
We can use all the help we can get.
Do you really think this will be helpful?
Look at the size of the sword that he has.
Yeah, it's true. He's got to be pretty strong. Probably.
God!
I mean, hold on.
His
I'll
sword is
size him
comically
up and, like, look him
oversized.
over. Like, you might even be stronger than Don.
That's kind of what I... No offense, Don.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean,
Look at his
Look.
sword.
I mean, look. You
Don, I
listen
don't
to the
even-
guy and
There's
see.
no way you could hold that, Don.
I probably could, but that's not the point. I mean,
Can you hold that, Don?
you can listen to the guy and see that
Soldier.
obviously he's taken some shortcuts to getting this strong, and
Shortcuts? No.
So-
I've done
soldier.
nothing but honest training.
Can
Hold
our
on.
companion attempt to heft your mighty blade?
Ponders for a moment and then says,
Certainly, but I will need that back. Captain Marsden said a regular sword is not nearly big enough to slay a dragon.
He's not wrong. They're
Yeah.
thick beasts.
I want to kill everyone in this group right now.
Don, the man
Don.
is. He's obviously a gourd of some sort of his town. He seems honorable. There's no reason that we can't invite his help to the group.
so, Leland takes his sword off his back, holds out this, just in one hand, holds it out. It is, overall 16 pounds and probably almost 6 feet long.
Don groans, reaches out his arm, stops, and reaches out his other arm as well before grabbing the sword.
It's
Aubrey takes
it's a
several
lot.
steps back.
16 pounds is pretty fucking heavy.
yeah, and it's
For
not
a
all.
sword.
It's not all. Most of the weight's on the other end of the sword.
But Don is a pretty balanced guy, and he manages to hoist it okay. And he kind of stands there with this comically oversized sword, and he says, "I'm not swinging this. I'm not swinging this. This is stupid."
I'm not gonna
Some
take
of the
any
people who
chances.
are walking near you, as they see you heft this thing, kind of take a wide arc around you.
I'm not swinging this, guys. This is stupid.
If only there were a comically large tree to swing it at.
There's not.
We can make one of those. Don, hit me.
Don's eyes light up.
Is my
Excuse
sword
me?
is my sword to your satisfaction?
Let's find out. And Don reaches
take-
back in a
take a
bit of
big step
baseball
back.
swing, and then goes, "No, I promised I would be better than this. Here you go." And he offers the sword back. "Thank you. It's a magnificent sword, and you are clearly a very powerful individual, but also very stupid."
Aubrey
Stupid
will.
how, sir?
Don, wow. I apologize for our friend, soldier. I'm afraid. this-
Soldier, it is not
Please,
practical to
leave
use
it.
a sword that large.
Tuco.
We're not fighting.
Everything can be fought practically, though.
Leland, can I call you Leland?
Yes,
Sable
please do.
Sable turns to Donovan and says, "Fighting a dragon with your fists isn't exactly practical."
My fists catch on fire, Sable!
Dragons breed fire.
So will the rest of you.
Is that safe
Whenever you get near the
for
dragon.
your fists to be on fire like that?
Oh my god!
We haven't given him enough time to decide.
At this point, by the way, Donovan's the kind of soot marks on his hands are like a bright red.
Oh, I'm gonna kill it! I'm gonna kill it! I'm gonna kill it so that Aiden Francis can't breed and make more of them!
Aubrey will turn to Leland and let him know
The
that
dragon? That sounds
I
like
mentioned,
fantastic motivation.
we're heading to our village to warn of the incoming threat. Do you mind taking a
Yeah.
detour back towards that direction?
Sounds
Yeah.
fantastic.
We need to go save some chickens real quick. Then we can
don't-
go handle this
We
dragon.
don't get many villagers, so many
Would
visitors
the
in the
chickens
village.
help us
So
find the dragon?
Oh, that's a good question. You know, I've never tested them against dragons. They
you know,
might-
some dragons are pretty much just big chickens.
That's what I hear. Some are descended from chicken.
Donovan looks at Sable, and he has this pleading look in his eyes.
So,
Like- Don't make me do this.
so there's a chicken threatening the order of Cheliax that I'm.
Right, we gotta go collect my dragons so we can warn the town about the impending chicken. That's probably going to destroy the town. So you ready to go hunt some chickens?
Donovan
But I was
rages.
sent to hunt a dragon, not a chicken.
Right. What did you say?
I'm not sure I quite follow, but I believe we're seeking the same goal. I think.
I'll look over to Obrey and be like, this one's not as bright. But that's okay, he looks strong.
Donovan is in the corner about to go to a level beyond.
Oh, you're right. It is quite dark.
And he finally lifts up the visor on his helmet.
Because you got tired of
And?
talking with a can over your face.
And? What's behind? What's behind the visor?
That would be my face.
Okay. Got
How
worried
can we
because
be
there was
sure?
a long pause.
Well, you guys did leave your horses at a stable.
With Sable?
No, Sable's here. We left
No,
the
not,
stable.
not
We
at
brought
stable. At a stable.
Yeah.
Didn't we? Isn't that where we left off? Like
Yeah.
going to the stable?
Yeah,
No,
you
but
were on your way to
Horses
the
will be stable in
you
this.
were on your
in
way
this
to the stable to pick up your horses. You walked
Not
out the
stable.
inn, and then there was this guy.
Okay, cool. I ask Leland, do you happen to have a horse?
I was not given a horse. I might be able to requisition one.
Oh, look, would you look at that? He doesn't have a horse. Looks like he can't come with us. He'll only slow us down.
Well, horses are they're like family to us.
Yeah, we'll pick you out a good horse.
No, no, no!
Come on, we're really good at finding horses. Let's go to the stable.
Sable.
I don't know about really good.
We are
Zeta,
amazing at finding horses.
Zeta,
Yeah.
I thought we were friends.
What are you talking about, Don? Of course we're friends.
This isn't a very friendly thing to do, Zeta.
Where are these accusations coming from?
We have more friends now.
Don, we have more friends now.
I wouldn't call us friends. I would call us companions.
Well, companions,
Don, how do you
comrades,
feel about-
associates.
We're
How do you
fellows
feel about
with
making
the,
a stop
with the
back at
same
Gills
goal.
to visit Tybee?
To visit who?
I'd like that.
Tybee.
Yeah,
a friend
Tybee's
we've
good
met
people.
along the way.
So, Donovan, give me a perception check. And actually, I can get one from everybody,
Everyone's looking at us.
except for Nathaniel. Yeah, Donovan, you see it pretty quickly. Coming from across the road, heading into the town, and Obrey sees it as well. You see a group. Let's see, how many is it? 3, 4. Is it just 4? I thought there were 5. 2, 3, 4. Pretty sure it's a group of 5. I'll lose my mind.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
I am. Just a little bit.
Slightly behind Donovan on it, but you have.
Yeah, there it is. It's a group of 5. They seem to be in similar armor to the group you had seen marching towards Danehold before you guys had head out towards the Minador Mountains. Except for one of them. Donovan's the only one who recognizes the other armor, because the rest of them look like they're in the same type of armor that that you'd seen previously. One of them is not. The other one is in the armor that Donovan recognizes from the guy who was riding on top of what is essentially nightmare fuel poured over a horse.
Mm-hmm.
All of the ones that are in the similar armor that most of you are familiar with, it's actually the same armor that Furia wears, have their helmets off, whereas the one guy who's in the different armor that Donovan's aware of has his hood up and seems to have a mask on.
Don's gonna indicate over to the dude in the armor and tell the group about the say, hey, remember that time that I told you guys about that devil that ripped through a hole in real space and grabbed a guy and carried him off to a city?
It rings a bell.
Ripped a hole through what?
You know, like the fabric of reality. He just like tore his way in, just showed up out of nowhere.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you what I saw, and what I saw was a devil came out of nowhere, grabbed a guy, and dragged him back to a city. And
Are you sure
he was
wasn't using some kind of like planar magic.
probably. It doesn't matter. You know what? Never mind. Figure shit out on your own.
You can see the group.
Something about
Four of them that have their helmets off are all laughing and jeering each other. One in particular is being kind of nudged around as they make their way towards the city. Whereas the one with the hood up is not engaging in that type of activity.
You guys do what you want. At this point, Don's checked out. He's fucking done.
Should we tail them?
What the Why is that your first?
It sounds like they're into some shady stuff, and we're...
Some
They're
shit stuff.
guards!
Yeah, I could totally go tell them a tale.
Maybe I mistook the story.
You all had mentioned
They're obviously coming from the encampment.
you had all mentioned getting horses so we can proceed on our journey. Where would we go about doing that?
Well, we rode in on our own, but I'm sure there may be some place to buy or rent one for yourself. Maybe the stable where we're keeping our horses.
Yeah, these guys have horses, yeah?
I suppose we should go see. And I'll turn towards the stable, start walking with Sable.
Alright. So you and Sable start heading off towards the
stable.
stable.
You said that group over there was guards as well. Perhaps they have a spare that I could borrow.
Actually, you don't even need a knowledge check for this. They are not. Those are not guards. You recognize, at least you recognize 4 of them as Hell Knights.
Got it. Yeah, then I'm gonna follow to the stable.
After Aubrey and Sable.
Alright.
I'll go too, out of sheer rage and frustration.
Alright. So you guys start heading off to the Sables. To the Sables, you got me. Pick up your horses, and is Leland gonna try to requisition a horse here?
He will attempt to, yes, I will ask if they have one for sale or rent.
They kind of take a look at you. You're like, is this horse gonna be seeing combat? Because you look like
No, 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 no. It is simply for transport.
Simply for transport. You do seem to be carrying quite a bit there. We can get you a light horse. It's going to be about 100 gold. It might make it for you. Heavy horse is going to be about 230.
Leland grabs his coin pals per the coin, coin purse, and just starts counting. Starts putting coins on the counter. Loses count and has to start over.
The
It takes a while.
the guy behind the counter offers to just count it out for you if you make a decision on which horse you want.
I'm not quite sure how much I have in here, and so he just hands him the coin purse and asks him to count it out for him. By the way, I have 101 gold in there.
Okay.
Aubrey would be happy to pitch in.
He kind of
Need it.
counts up the gold and says, "Well, you've got enough for a light horse. Like you said, as long as you don't start packing too much more gear, you should be fine."
Well, the horse wouldn't have to carry the gear. I would.
He kind of
The logic is sound.
he
I like
puts the
this guy.
spare gold he puts the spare gold coin back into the pouch and gives it to you. Scoops the 100 gold, puts a paper inside in front of you and says, "Here, sign this."
Picks. Is it quill and ink?
Yeah.
Has he dipped it in ink himself yet?
No.
So he picks it up and tries to sign it without dipping it in the ink. Doesn't work, so he tries again.
Man reaches for
push
your
it hard.
hand and then kind of guides it into the ink once.
And without like, scraping off the spare ink or anything, he scribbles out a very messy, drippy signature.
Man kind of picks up the paper and blows on it to try to dry the ink, and then kind of heads out back for a little bit. Comes out a little later with a little stocky horse. It's got a little saddle on him.
Donovan is on the verge of tears.
From anger or laughter.
Anger.
What's his name, man?
I get to name him?
You have to.
Oh,
He's a friend.
I
It's
name him
law.
after one of my friends back home. Oswin.
Alright, so now you have a horse.
Now I have a horse.
What's your horse's name?
Oswin.
Oswin.
It's
Aubrey
a lot
will,
better than a horse.
Aubrey will go in and get Spring and lead her over to Oswin to meet. No, I'm sure they've been spending time together. They're in the same stable.
I'll just hang it out.
She's now occupying Sable.
Alright. Now that you guys have horses, where are you going?
Guess we should head towards our village, but make a stop at Gills along the way. See how things are.
I'm sure Gil will be delighted to see us.
He's always delighted to see us.
Alright. So you guys start heading east, following the road then.
Sounds good.
As we head down the road and we start riding, after a little while, Francis starts playing a kind of a light ditty about new friends and
Probably gonna need a ride check for that.
sure,
It's quite alright. It's unneeded.
to say I'm not bad at it.
But I do
Just
need a
seems
perform
difficult.
check.
All right, I'll take that.
It's pretty good. Little ditty about what? New friends?
Yeah, just basically new friends, killing dragons,
Okay.
new horses. Mostly about new horses.
Alright, let me take a quick look at our map here. So I think you guys might be in a good spot. It's not the map.
Oh, we're always in a good spot.
I want to die.
You're not. Okay. So, you guys travel for a good long time. Got a full day's travel ahead of you. But seems to be uneventful.
Hmm. Uneventful is probably a good thing.
Yep.
Do we find a good campsite at dusk? Pre-dusk?
Yeah, once the sun starts to set, you find what seems to be a pretty similar situation as you saw between the two cities you've already been to. Seems to be a small, pretty well-established camping area with a lot of other people already setting up shop, their own little fires going.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
fact,
stop
it is
here, make camp, tie off the
Nighttime,
horses.
so we should do nighttime music. All right. Donovan, give me a perception check. Okay. Everybody give me a perception check. Let me just get that out of the way. There we go. Alright. So on the way, while you're traveling, to retcon a little bit here, but you, Killswitch, you see a ring on the side of the road. A very ornate ring.
Okay. We'll kind of whoa the horse and jump down to check it out. Be like, hold up, guys, I see something here. I'll go down and look at the ring. What's it look like?
It looks like it's made of, well, give me an appraise check. It's real fancy. It's got a silverish look to it. Looks like it has a lot of gems encrusted in it.
Nice. Okay.
Any insignias
Yeah.
of that sort?
No insignias or anything.
I want to
As Francis
detect magic.
pointed it out.
All right. Doesn't detect as magical.
Okay. Does it? I'll kind of like size it up to my finger. Does it fit?
Looks like it'll fit.
Okay. Kind of like slip that bad boy on.
All right.
Kind of like look at it. Be like, huh. Nice. Okay. And I'll look around. Do I notice anything else weird? Are there like footprints nearby? Like,
Nope.
like, you know,
Well, give me a
footprints that would be like off the road, something weird.
give me a survival check.
Oh, my best one.
No, you don't notice anything.
Okay. Well, it'd be a waste to let this sit here in the dirt. Hop back on the horse.
The ring doesn't look at all tarnished, though.
What'd you find there, Francis?
I found a ring.
Nice. Is it
Check it
magical?
out. Is it what?
Is it magic?
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, I checked it myself. It's not. But it's fancy. Look at it. And Francis will like hold out his hand.
Obi will take a look.
When
It's
when
quite a
Francis
nice ring.
says that he checked it himself, Zeta's gonna kind of look over to Don and look back to Francis, and then Zeta's also gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Leland will look at it and say, "Ah, that's a lovely ring. Very befitting for a maiden."
Yeah, exactly. I rather like it.
I'm sorry. Did you just call Francis a maiden?
No, I just said that the ring would be very fitting for a lady.
Exactly. He said that he didn't know where was Maiden.
That's not what I said.
You know, I'm a lady.
I mean, I don't know if we know each other that well, Zeta, but I'll
I'm just
kind of look
saying,
at it.
He said that it would be very befitting for a maiden, and I'm a maiden.
Francis will kind of like slip it off and like put it next to Zeta's face. Try it on.
And
Well, not
Zeta's-
like next to her face, but like like look at it next to her. You know,
Zeta's gonna put on
put
the
it up
ring.
next to her.
It's a ring.
It's a ring,
Oh man,
and it's fancy.
thanks, Francis.
It's almost
Yeah.
more gem than metal.
Glad I thought of it.
You're such a thoughtful
Where did you find this?
musician.
Where's the how far are we out of town?
After all,
You
did
got
you
a
know it
ways.
was her birthday yesterday?
What?
No.
Zeta, it was your birthday yesterday, and like,
What?
you totally deserve it.
Francis, does this mean that you let a birthday go by without giving me a birthday song?
I gave you the method with which we could make birthday songs. Don't you remember?
Zeta, don't do this to me.
So would
Oh.
you like to, we can start playing a birthday tune. We can work on that.
I would love to work on a birthday tune.
Okay. Whip out that bongo and let's play.
Zeta's gonna pull out her Don's bongos.
Her
Francis is gonna whip out his lyre, and Leland, this lyre is unlike most lyres. It's actually kind of like a deep bluish lyre with like lightning painted all over it, like up and down it.
Its hands are on fire.
Yeah,
He should probably put those out.
it's okay. It goes out whenever I sit down. And then Francis will hop back on his horse, grab his lyre.
Where did you get that ring?
The earth gave it to me, or the dirt gave it to me.
How kind of the dirt?
I
What do
know.
you mean the dirt gave it to you?
Francis will like point down to the ground.
You know what? I'm gonna camp by myself tonight.
No. It would
We
be a
have
shame
quite a
if
ways
someone
to
had
go
actually
before
lost
we need
that.
to camp, Don. Why are you?
Perhaps we should keep an eye out for any notices about a missing ring in the area.
Perhaps.
Well, they lost it. They clearly didn't want it anymore.
But think of the feeling you'll get when you make someone
How-
stay like that.
Think of the
Zeta,
feeling that I get for having it.
Right?
Come on,
Don't-
Zeta, it could-
Don't give away her birthday gift. I don't think you
Birthday
gave her
gift.
anything for her birthday.
I agree.
But Zeta,
I've got your back,
I've
Zeta.
spent many years as a guard. It is very easy for people to lose things. I lose things all the time.
Yeah, what was the last
And
thing you
it
lost?
doesn't. And most people who lose things would like them back at some point.
and the feeling
What feeling?
of doing something good.
Is that better than the feeling of looking at this ring on my magnificent hand?
Of course it is.
Let's do a little thought experiment here.
It's an
because
okay hand at
If you
best.
give someone a good feeling by taking away Zeta's happy feeling, have you not just taken away her happy feeling and given it to someone else?
If anything,
But
you're
I'm not
stealing
trying
you
to
have
take it. I would-
stolen that ring from them.
That
You've
seems
would look
stolen
good
my
and
The
feelings.
feeling.
Seems like an evil act to start with.
Yeah, you'd know all about that, wouldn't you, Francis?
I just told you about it.
He
I-
did just tell you.
Is
about
Francis evil? Is he a lawbreaker?
Can you
I cannot
can you
stand
detect
for
evil?
someone.
None of us are
but he-
evil. We're
but he
trying to
simply
save our
said-
village.
Well, he made a deal with an imp, so yeah, he's on his way.
To what?
I simply asked if he'd broken the law. Has he
Broken the-
broken the law?
Absolutely not.
No.
Well, I mean, it depends on whose law.
Well,
If you're
You know,
talking about
the
bird
law.
law, I'm very well versed and
I don't-
adherent to bird law.
I don't believe we have broken any crimes on our journey. We've been fairly
broken any crimes?
I must admit we're newcomers to this outside world of our village, but
Ah,
we've tried very hard to not
then I'll
draw
have
attention to
much
ourselves.
to tell you about, and I'm going to make a knowledge local check real quick.
Listen, Lutgern,
And
Ludlin,
I'm going to start telling you
Lewis?
all kinds of things that are very, very wrong about Cheliax.
Knowledge local
no.
to fact check.
Most of the stuff sounds like he's misinterpreted it very, very much.
Look, my friend. Trust me. I've talked with a lot of people, and I think you might be mistaken on a few things. But that's okay. That's okay.
You've
you were
already
just-
broken.
Yeah, you were just told wrong.
My
It's
God, we found someone
perfectly
stupider than
acceptable.
Francis.
Listen,
Put on a
listen.
foundry.
Ludlith, Lutgern, Leland.
It's
Leprechaun.
lowland. Lowland.
Leland. Leland Tuco.
If Mr. Tuco, if there is a law that we have broken, it's one that was meant to be broken.
There are no laws that are meant to be broken.
Really? What if there was a law that compelled you to kill your captain?
But there
There is
isn't
a-
such a law.
But what if there was?
What if there was?
We're using a
But there isn't.
hypothetical, Ludgern.
A hypo.
A
What?
hypothetical, Ludgern.
He's gonna have real trouble with more than 3 syllables.
It's like a very cold thetical.
Zeta, we've come into contact with some law that we didn't necessarily agree with, but we had to abide by it and go about our way.
You
Hmm.
see,
I did not find that's why I passed through there.
I would say I'm the most lawful, by the way, Don, because I actually made a deal and I followed through with that deal. I am not breaking that pact.
There is smoke coming off of Don's knuckles.
you should
Like any-
probably put those out before. you
Anyone
get
that's
hurt.
like even like remotely close to Don can feel heat radiating off of him.
So,
a walking campfire.
would like to point out that at this point, Killswitch has not made a performance in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, you said there were other people around the campsite?
Yeah. I mean, not
Multiples.
your campsite. They have their own campsites, but yeah, there are other
Is it?
people.
It's within like a decent walking distance.
Yeah.
Couple, 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Like, no, it's closer than that. It's like an RV park.
Okay. All right. I'll be like, okay, hold on. I'll explain everything in a bit. Leland.
Yes.
I'll explain everything in a bit. And then Francis grabs his lyre and starts walking off towards the other camps, like kind of playing happily.
Hey, Leland. Hey,
Listen,
Leland, come here.
Ludgern. Sometimes rules were
Leland.
made to be broken.
I cannot accept that.
Wait. I got a really good rule for you to follow, alright? Listen up. This is gonna benefit you. So, I heard this thing, right?
Yes.
You can summon a dragon if you shatter a bard's lyre over the back of his head.
I have never heard that.
Yeah, it's
Don't
it's
listen
new.
to him, Larry.
These guys don't even know your name.
He's
Come on.
trying to get into your head. He simply has a slight disdain for our musical friend, and wants to see that he's not able to play his music anymore.
Don, could you roll me a bluff check?
Lindell, he's trying to convince you to commit property destruction.
Nonsense! I would never do something like that.
The Dawn curse continues.
I would never do something like that. I'm trying to help you help us. I'm trying to help us help you. Just shatter the liar over the back of his head.
Are
The
you a
dragon-
band of criminals?
We certainly are not. Well, not a band.
One
Oh,
word
wait.
out of you, Aubrey. One word out of you, and I swear you will have permanent knuckle marks on your face.
One of those
That
words.
would be assault, Don.
One of
Zeta
those
here
words you
is-
describe us.
You should
correct.
talk to Francis and see how I've dealt with him before.
Zeta here is the weather girl from our small village. I'm
It's true.
personally the barber. And our friend Don here is well, he's Don.
Be very careful about the words that you choose next.
Don is
He's a
the
big
very
lovable bear.
he's the very talented fisherman from our village, right, Aubrey?
You are a fisher, right?
Yeah, that's
A
pretty much,
fisher king.
that's pretty much all I do.
A king fisher, if you will.
Oh, you stop that. That is the wrong campaign.
I assure you we're not criminals, but
He's kind of
We should get
anal
heated.
about things.
get
And
a
he's
little
still
heated
a
within our group.
So is KFC gonna go perform for some people?
Well, what I want to do is I want to like go and talk to the different camps and tell them that there's going to be a big birthday bash, song and performances, and free fish on Don.
Free
Why does Don have 3 fish on him?
And well, I'm telling the other campers
me-
and
give me
just
the-
saying, come to our campsite and we're gonna have fun music and festivities.
Okay, but are you promising free fish?
To at least one person, I'm going to tell them that there
Yeah.
might be some fish.
He's diplomacy and a bluff check.
No, I don't
Right,
think he needs a
diploma
bluff. I don't
first.
think he needs a bluff because like to Francis he probably really and truly believes it.
And then bluff.
All
Oh my
right.
God, he doesn't.
So, like,
Francis has a way with words.
Oh my God, he doesn't
but
believe
when,
it.
when do you tell them that this is happening?
I'm gonna tell them in about 30 minutes, or so. You know,
Alright.
30 minutes to an hour,
So, like,
just before the sun sets.
all right. I mean, it takes you a while to go talk to all these people.
Well, you said it was less than 5 minutes walk to campsite. To
Right.
each
Leslie?
campsite.
Is there a body of water nearby?
Yeah, there's you're right near the coast.
Okay.
Hmm.
Damn it.
It's the same type of beach as
Mm.
before. It's kind of
Mm.
rocky,
Mm.
but not nearly as they're not really bad like they were at the other place.
Mm. Mm.
Mm. Hmm.
So, KFC comes back, and say about 30 minutes later, when the sun starts setting, a group of about 20 people just kind of wander into your campsite. They start asking,
know.
Where's the fish?
yeah, where's the fun and festivities? And one guy asks about where the fish.
All right, great. Yeah, I'm glad everyone's here. Make yourselves comfortable. I'll look to the group and say, all right, y'all, let's prepare for the show. Aubrey, have you prepared your scatting for the evening?
If you'll have me.
And of course, where's Don with the fish? Seriously, where's Don with the fish? I'll say very
he's
loudly.
doing his
Where's
best.
Don with the fish?
Eat me!
No, they want to eat fish, Don.
Ah!
You've upset Max.
Thanks, Max.
you just
Max, like, where's my fish?
you just hear
Where's
Don.
your fish, Max?
scream in just like the most agony that you've ever heard.
Shall we scat in the glorious name of Asmodeus?
Right. So yeah.
But regardless, Don is going to fish. He's not doing it for you. He's doing it for him.
All right, let me get that profession fishing. It's really good rolls. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Only at fishing. Only at fishing.
Donovan, you are absolutely crushing it over there.
Like there's just he's throwing the line out and dragging it back in. There's a fish on the hook every time, and he's just screaming bloody murder every time he does it. Just
just angrily pulling fish out of the pond.
Roasting them
like
over his knuckles.
he's not even fishing anymore. He's landing perfectly striked, perfectly aimed attacks into the water. That's just grabbing the fish and yanking it out. Just
sweeping all the fish on shore.
New
He
monk
has a
build.
whip with a hook on the end, and he's
That's
whipping the
amazing.
fish out of the water.
I actually use that for an attack if I have to.
You should.
It's basically what it looks like. It's that hook doesn't hit the water for very long before he pulls something out.
There's probably enough fish to feed all these people now.
Yeah, you absolutely have enough fish for all those people.
And then after he's collected all these fish, he continues to scream as he cooks them.
Give me a survival check.
I thought that when it came to cooking, I just used my profession check
Oh no.
as long as it was fish,
Is anyone else good at cooking?
because that's what we did
I'll-
last time.
I can
Or
consider that being
survivaling.
part
Used
of
to
the
be good
cleaning.
at cooking. Zeta has prestidigitation. Which
'Cause
just needs to be not raw.
You
I
want to
don't
just boil
actually
the
have
fish?
I don't actually have survival. Last time we did this, I
Oh.
thought we were just considering the profession fishing as part of the cooking for it, as long as it was just fish.
Mm, I mean, I'll accept it. I'll just say you cook some okay fish. None of it's burnt or anything. I'll leave it at that.
It's edible.
It's,
Yeah.
it's fish.
It's a bunch
Zeta
of
can
fish.
add a little lemon to it.
He seasoned it at least.
You can't, how do you
You
have
taste the
spices on
anger.
you?
No,
Okay.
it's fish.
Yeah, it's fish. It'll be fine.
Zeta's gonna use prestidigitation to make her fish taste good.
No, the fish isn't
Have
back
some
yet.
lemon.
You guys will have time to set up a performance before the fish shows up.
Excellent.
That's how fast it goes.
Oh yeah, you'll show up like midway through the performance. Start handing out fish kebabs.
Fish kebabs.
So it's
Just saying fish, 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 fish.
everybody who's
Tom just
helping.
shows up in the middle of the performance. Ah! And that fucking fish.
Francis gets a new idea for music.
Is Zeta helping
Mongolian
the
throat singing.
Zeta helping perform as well?
I have performed dance.
All right, let's see it.
You don't want to see it.
No, you can either choose to
We
help
saw
or
it
not.
last time.
Here comes the
Yeah.
assist.
All right. So Aubrey and Zeta negate each other. So it's
All right.
just your role.
Zeta
It's,
just kind of flails haphazardly. She doesn't care. She's having a good time.
All right.
But
Well,
she may accidentally hit something.
She's white girl dancing.
Oh,
Oof.
No!
roll it
Oof.
again.
oof,
Worst show yet.
oof.
Encore.
Yeah.
Roll it
So
again.
Don just has this big smile. He's screaming, but as he gets there and he starts handing out the fish, he's just, ah! This is great.
so
Let's see it.
Francis
No.
um,
Roll again.
Unimas.
Oh, the crit failed.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
So
Just a regular failure.
everything's going fine. At least it was going fine. About the time that Don shows up, you kind of look over to see where Don's at. You kind of try to get Zeta's attention to show her that Don's coming. But in your attempt to get her attention, she just kind of like flails into you. And you drop the lyre mid-performance.
Shit. Meant to do that. At this point, Francis is gonna try and play it off, and just make it seem like some big, crazy thing and be like, "Yeah!" And then he's gonna wave his hands around, and he's going to cast dancing lights on top of the guitar on the ground,
It's like half the
or
crowd
the,
has left with
lyre on the
fish.
ground.
I,
Don,
I think I might need a bluff check out of you.
Don looks over at Leland, and as he's handing out the fish, he just, "Welcome to the group, Leland. I'm sure you're gonna fit right in."
Thank you, Doc. they'll take-
you
Take the fish from you.
you are just a national treasure, aren't you?
I've been called that before.
So all in all, after about half the people leave, you find about 8 copper that they've kind of tossed in your direction.
Did I make more money than them for my fish?
Oh, people weren't paying you for the fish.
Fish
Of
was free.
fucking course they weren't.
Hold on. Do I get the feeling back? Because I didn't get to.
Yeah, you do get the
say what I was-
feeling.
Okay, so I want to make one more performance. This one's dedicated to Zeta, and I'm gonna ask her to sit down and listen to this one instead.
Happy birthday
So-
to
so you-
you, and all glory to
you're telling-
Asmodeus.
So you're telling her not to dance at her own birthday party?
And also,
She can dance if she wants to.
She can leave her
leave.
friends behind.
She can leave our group behind. But
Please,
look,
please don't.
if-
She's the only one
if-
that understands
Don,
me.
if you don't dance, and if you don't dance, then you ain't no friend of Zeta's.
I'll compromise and play drums.
You don't have drums.
As he starts to kind of like
You
get
have
in the
drums?
tune, as he starts saying that to everyone.
Yes,
She's gonna grab the mic.
yes, I do play
There's
drums.
no mic. There's never been a mic.
I'm gonna hand Don the Dongos.
Who's
bongos,
Mike?
so that he can play the drums.
Don's gonna groan and sit like close enough to Francis that like he's obviously like playing the song as well, but far enough away so that he can be not associated with him.
Dongos, bongos.
Just kind of like with your back to me a little bit.
He sets up, gets the bongos ready, cracks his knuckles, cracks his neck, closes his fists. All right, let's go.
All right.
All right, so at that point we're gonna go into a birthday song to Zeta.
There's still a few people left, and they kind of sing along, but they don't know what the name is at the part where they say the name, so they just go meh.
Meh, meh.
Yeah.
And there's a performance.
There you go.
Got him.
Well, Zeta's gonna she's gonna cheer and she's gonna say, thank you, Francis. This is the best birthday that I never knew that I had.
Kind of take a bow and be like, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Zeta.
Don will quietly get off stage.
There's no stage. The crowd has basically
know what I mean.
dispersed at this point.
Yeah. I'd be like, well, Don, you were pretty good. You didn't tell me you had that secret talent.
It's not really a secret, Francis. I punch things for fun. Hitting
But it is
things
a
to make
talent.
hitting things to make noise is kind of natural to me.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
You should see what I do when I try. You should see what happens when I try to play a person.
I wonder what Leland would sound like. It'd probably sound pretty cool.
I promise you that you would make the best instrument of the group.
No,
I'm gonna
I'm
stop
more
now
of a,
before I say something weird.
It's more of a
So, does anybody do anything else before they bed down?
Don's gonna train angrily.
Leland will offer to take first watch.
Over's gonna wait. How dark is it?
Oh, it's
Dark.
past sunset at this point. It's getting dark.
Okay.
You guys have a
The
campfire.
fuck you talking about? Watch.
For bed, Ober's gonna go and refill the aquarium globe from the
From the coast?
water.
Oh, but Don does set up his tent very far away from you guys.
Oh yeah, that's right. The 3 copper. I'm gonna hand Ober a copper and Zeta a copper.
It was 8 copper.
It was 8 copper. Okay, y'all each get 2, and I'll give 2 to Don.
You can't even find Don. He set his tent up so far. Him and Horse are just gone.
All right.
It's come to my attention that I forgot to purchase a tent. I thought I did. Oops.
If you
Is it a pretty
have,
night?
you don't have the gold for it now.
Yep.
Lordy.
But I do have bedroll.
I mean,
Yeah.
assuming Aubrey can keep Horse out, or
Yep.
freaking
Aubrey, where's your horse?
what's your face out?
Spring.
Probably hanging out with her.
God, you
Nah,
fucking
Debbie,
name
where are
horse
you?
names.
Where are you putting the horse while you go to sleep?
I'll put her with the other horses.
The other horses are tied to tents.
Yeah,
Really?
Because Horse won't go in my tent and fuck with me while I'm sleeping.
I'll tie her to a near tree.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you'll find a near
Y'all went
tree,
off. We don't know what y'all are doing.
tie her off to the tree, and as you walk away from her, she pulls the rope taut.
I'll give her some pets and tell her that it's time for bed. We'll have many more adventures in the morning.
All right.
Yandere Horse will get you for this.
As you walk away, she pulls the rope taut.
I'll go to my tent.
I've broken him.
He's got a dog with separation anxiety. He's trained his whole life for this.
It's just illogical. Horses are gonna not sleep willingly.
I mean, we have ways of doing this.
So,
Yeah, the hard way or the easy way.
all
Or
right.
the
Alright,
magic way.
Where's everyone bunking, by the way?
Well, I bunk with Don.
Oh, you're bunking very far away then.
Oh, neat.
It was a journey, but it's okay.
And he's extremely warm right now. He's very angry. You might not want to bunk with him.
It's okay. There's air conditioning.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
So,
Just think
Yeah,
there's enough circulation that a tiny spark would cause forest fire.
Shit, where's our metal friend gonna sleep if Aubrey's horse is out? And I guess is Sable with me, or
I think
the
Sable
Aubrey?
has her own tent.
Sable have her own tent? All right, we got room. We got room for the middleman.
It's tight, but you can
Okay.
fit him in there. You guys are gonna have to cuddle.
Does he
Honestly
sleep with his
sleeps in the
sword?
armor.
Does he sleep with his sword?
Well, a knight always has to be prepared. Or
Yes!
a guard always has to be prepared.
Suffer. Suffer.
He's so humble.
Okay. So, you guys all
Oh,
go
I'm
to
gonna,
sleep.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Oh.
grab the scroll.
Sure.
Aubrey, read that book.
So,
Also,
Have a book.
Oh my
it's
god.
chainmail, and a helmet and like
Oh, right.
mismatched greaves. It's not plates or anything.
well, you would have to take off the chainmail if you don't have endurance.
Wearing
Pretty sure I
chain
finished the
yeah.
book.
chainmail is so uncomfortable to even sit in.
So, is that it?
Right now.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
The sweet embrace of death, hopefully.
All right. Everybody falls asleep. Donovan, there is no dream.
Oh, thank fuck.
Zeta, you take 1 damage in the middle of the night.
Okay.
There's a sharp pain in your hand.
The payback.
When you wake up, you take a look at your hand.
I'm sorry, it took me a second.
When you wake up, you take a look at your hand, and
The ring is biting you.
your finger is bleeding. Notably, it's not the finger the ring is on.
Which finger is it?
Which finger is the ring on?
Good question.
Is it on a ring finger or a not ring finger?
Do you
What
even
a-
sleep with your jewelry on?
Wouldn't a finger that has a ring on it be a ring finger?
Is it the one that is commonly designated as a ring finger?
I'm going to kill all of you.
What does that make cock rings?
In
sound?
any case, it's if at all possible, it's 2 fingers over from where the ring is.
Okay. Ow. And I
Give me a-
kind of shake
give
my
me a-
hand and then realize that,
Give me a knowledge
oh,
nature.
oh shit, I might have just flung blood on Don, and then I'm gonna see Don is still asleep and quickly try to
Smeared into him.
Why would I smear my blue blood all
Do I
over
wake up?
Dawn?
In an attempt to clean it.
Oh, you're supposed
Right,
to take a
just like-
-10 to it. But yeah, you can
Just
wake up to her
bleeding
getting up and
blanket.
rustling around.
All right, so that's 15.
15 what?
My perception was 15.
Yeah, -10 because he was asleep. He'll wake up to you getting up and splattering blood on him.
Yeah, reflexively, he like goes out and tries to grab you by the throat, and then stops halfway. He goes, "What the fuck are you doing, Zeta? I could have killed you."
No, you couldn't.
Why are you waking up?
There you wake up.
What did you just flick on me? And Don kind of wipes his face and looks at his hand.
It's blue.
The question still stands.
The question still stands. What did you just fling on me?
Oh, blood? I mean, it wasn't flung on you so much as you were in the way of the flinging.
Hmm.
It seems my finger's bleeding.
Let me take a look.
I'm gonna show Don the bleeding extremity.
Don's gonna take the ring off, and he's gonna look at it.
It's still a ring. But when you looked at the wound, give me a knowledge nature.
No.
Oh, not trained?
No.
Rip.
I'm an ex-monk. What do you want from me?
Alright.
Yeah, Don looks at the ring. He says,
It's heavy, by the way. I failed to mention this earlier. That ring is a lot heavier than you'd expect it to be.
"Why is this ring so heavy?" Anyway, tosses it back to her. I was worried it might have been the ring that was doing it, but I don't know. Maybe he got bit by a bug or something. Then again, I don't really know any bugs that would cause that much bleeding. Why don't you, and I'm going to regret asking this, why don't you ask Francis or Aubrey about it? They seem to be very nature inclined.
Is it still bleeding?
There's a little blood coming through, but it's not bad.
I'm gonna put a just kind of wrap a cloth around it and say, "Not really something." Maybe I like nodded in the middle. I don't know. It's done. It's whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to be willing to bet 15 gold pieces that this will happen again tomorrow night, but whatever.
What gives you that suspicion?
I have
Did you see something
notoriously
on the ring.
I have notoriously bad luck, that's why. And if I woke up one morning with blood on my face, it's probably gonna happen again.
I mean, I suppose I could. Between you and me, I don't think Francis would be the best one to ask.
You don't
Wait.
say.
Maybe Aubrey. Okay, we'll talk to Aubrey and we'll talk to Ludgern.
You mean Leland?
Right.
Wait. So that's two names that you can't get right now.
Who's the other name?
Horse.
Because it's not horse.
No,
Passive aggressive.
Set up.
his name is Horse.
Horse is a stupid name.
Yeah, and watch this. Don peers out of his tent. Oi, Horse.
Horse.
He just calls out in the most like monotone voice ever. Oi, Horse.
Give me a handle animal.
There you go.
A few
Oi,
moments later,
Horse.
you kind of hear a rustling and Horse's head kind of cranes into the tent.
Don puts finger guns up in the direction of Horse. See, he gets it.
Finger what's?
Horse stares into
Finger
the middle
horses.
space and then leaves.
What are you doing with your hands, Don?
Pointing.
You like doing something with your thumbs? I don't get it.
Is he imitating a crab?
You're not in there.
Don.
I mean, I am walking.
For the
around.
first time since we met, Zeta, Don stares into the middle space in response to you. I'm going to go train now.
It's the middle
have
of the
to-
night.
Don't you do that. You come back here. Don't you stare into the middle space at me, Donovan Rabs.
It's the middle of the night still.
I'm going to go train now.
And I'm coming with you.
Please leave me alone. I don't think I can take much more social interaction.
Not until you tell me what the hell you're trying to do with your fingers.
It's
Uh,
it's a pointing gesture. That's.
Do
And-
I hear Zeta asking?
They're very
that,
far away.
Those two come out of the tent. What were you doing with your fingers?
There's blood on Don's face.
Oh no!
It's a whole different kind of list.
No, just like he does the finger guns again. He's like, it's just pointing. It's just pointing. That's all it is. And he does jazz hands. It's like that.
What the hell are you doing?
Zeta,
what
you would recognize jazz hands.
Donovan, that's not how you cast spells.
You can see a blood vessel begin to bulge.
Zeta's gonna make somatic movements with her hands.
Not doing anything with it, just doing it to show him what somatic movements look like.
This is what somatic movements look like.
If Donovan was the right level and could actually cast right now, he would enlarge person right now out of sheer rage.
Whoa, now.
That's a different archetype.
No, I can enlarge person.
It's a spell on the list, but
No, I mean, becoming large because rage.
Oh,
That is a different archetype.
Don stares off in the middle space, and then looks behind him, opens the tent, and just exits.
how long are you gonna go out there and train?
About 15 minutes.
Okay.
He's gonna cast prestidigitation and clean the blood up.
Okay.
Don comes back in and flops back down his bedroll, and you can hear this really soft, like almost inaudible sob come out of him.
You feeling better, Donovan?
When you go back into the tent, you hear a rather distressing sound come from Horse.
Horse! Don jets out the tent.
Magnificent.
When you get out
Would
there to
this-
see Horse, Horse just stares at you for a second and then puts his head down.
That cheeky son of a bitch! Don looks at. All right, well played. Well played. I see your point. I apologize. Don goes back to bed.
All right.
I got played by Horse.
There's
So
a,
when Donovan lays back down, Zeta's just gonna kind of lean over and just kind of poke the tip of Don's nose with a. And she's kind of been cleaning around the tent, and with Don lays down, she's like, and done, and cleans the blood off of Donovan's face.
okay. The rest
Don's
of the night,
knuckles ignite.
rest of the night's pretty uneventful. You guys wake up the next day. A lot of the other camps have already started packing up.
Yep, we'll do the same.
Now I'm on a list.
So Donovan has the ring now.
What?
I didn't take it back.
No, I gave it back to you.
I didn't take it back.
Did you put it back on her?
Okay, so I guess like when Donovan tried to toss it back to her, she just didn't take it. So as he's
just
back,
You
hold it up in
threw
your
it at me?
tent.
yeah, he's just kind of tossed it at her underhand.
Okay.
Did you not catch it?
No.
Ranged attack check.
I'm
I
sure
don't
it's
think
still
I
in the
was even
tent
paying
then.
attention.
All right. Well, in the morning, like after we pick up the tents and shit, Don sees it, picks it up, and goes back to Zeta and offers it to her. He's like, "Hey, I found your ring, by the way."
Oh, I was looking for that. I'm gonna put it back on.
Okay. Well then.
It's cold in the morning. It's in the mid-30s.
Oh, it's cold. Guess we should make our way then.
You guys want you to pack up and start heading along?
Is there any fish?
Oh, there was plenty of fish.
Is there any leftover fish?
I'm
No.
sure there's plenty of leftover fish.
No, there's not any left over. There was plenty of fish, but he was also supplying for an entire caravan.
Do I need to go fish again real quick?
Just real quick. I'll accompany you. I could use a few more shells.
Yeah, that's fine. I can tolerate Aubrey's existence.
Shells, he
Wait,
says.
we're going fishing?
Sure, Aubrey. You can go looking for shells. So let me get a perception from Aubrey and a profession from Donovan.
While I'm doing this, Crab is splishy splashing along the edge of the water.
And look, because I'm such a fucking peach,
Up
Ooh.
peach, he says.
there, I helped,
Nice.
Oh,
No, that's my perception. I'm helping you find shells.
Wow, that's
You're
your
such a
perception?
sweetheart.
Are you serious? Okay. So you catch some fish. It's enough for like you and maybe one or two other people to eat breakfast. Aubrey goes off looking for shells. Donovan's like, all right, I'll go look for shells. You find some shells, but then you find this one like skipping stone. Holy shit! This looks like a really good skipping stone.
I was gonna gonna look at this stone. Holy shit, this looks like a really good skipping stone.
It's
And he
actually
looks
got
out
it's got a
to-
little engraving on one side.
And I guess I'll investigate that.
You're not sure what the symbol's supposed to mean.
May I?
Or actually, do you have spellcraft?
Yeah, I do.
Give me that.
Hey, you know what the best thing about my character sheet is? All my mental stats are the same, so as long as things have the same skill points.
Wow. Okay. You've seen this somewhere. You were in one of those shops in West Crown. I believe the one Sable had went to
Try,
while she was there.
try
And
to assist it.
You're not there right now.
you're searching for shit. You got shells on the brain. You remember seeing this on one of the weapons in that shop. You don't remember what it does, but someone's
Don
put a weapon enchantment on this fucking rock.
Don will approach Zeta and show her the rock and say, so, I think someone's enchanted this rock. Do you have any idea what it is?
A rock.
Yes, a rock, and he's gonna show her a rock.
I'm gonna use detect magic.
Sure.
And I guess a what is it? A knowledge arcana to
I use spellcraft.
Yeah.
Go
Either
outside.
spellcraft or knowledge or arcana, either one. It's fine for this. Alright. Looking at this thing, you kind of detect over it. You detect some transmutation magic coming from it. And then you kind of examine the rune a bit. You realize that the rune is actually like a, I forgot what they call it in Japanese, but whenever they put words together, but, to make one word, but it works like that,
Portmanteau?
but for draconic. And you
Smooshing.
all together, you realize that somehow or another someone was able to put returning on this skipping stone.
That is so
Wha-
convenient.
Wait, what?
That's what Zeta finds out.
Does she tell this to me?
Just a rock that you can throw repeatedly.
It's so awesome.
It's a skipping stone that you can try again over and over with.
Does she tell this to me?
I'll be right back.
Zeta?
I'll be right back.
Zeta?
Well,
Zeta.
it's definitely magic. You said it was transmutation magic?
Yep.
Anything else about it?
Nope.
Yeah, it's returning.
It's returning.
Well, yeah, but okay, sure. She's gonna hand it back to Don. She's gonna say, "Well, it seems to be a really good skipping stone."
Well, if that's all it is, Don's gonna go back to the coast. He says, ain't got no reason to keep it on me. And he rears back and chucks that motherfucker.
Give me a ranged attack roll with a +1.
Oh my god, seriously? A +1? Awesome.
That
That makes
thing
it sad.
gets about 12 to 14 skips before it plunk, goes under. And a little bit later, kind of feel something in your hand, and when you look down, it's the fucking rock.
Rock.
Oh.
Did she get that acting?
Donovan's face lights up like a kid on Christmas.
Like a kid on crack.
And
Crackmas.
and he looks at Zeta, and this giant childlike grin comes over him, and he darts off in the direction of Francis. And
I'm
Francis,
sorry.
after a moment, you just hear, "Hey, Francis! Fuck you!"
All right, are we doing this? Is this?
Does a 20 hit your flat-footed AC?
Hold on now.
You shouted your attack.
You yelled "fuck you."
Dude, shout it. Run at him angrily.
I'm gonna. No. As soon as I hear Don yelling "fuck you," hey Francis, fuck you, he is going on the offensive.
Okay.
On the
He
offense?
knows. Yes, he knows.
I know it's about to happen. I feel like an initiative is in order for that.
Sure. Let's get initiatives real quick to see what order this happens in. Hold on. Before I get initiatives, what's Francis's plan?
All right. So Francis is gonna cast a spell.
Okay, so let's see the initiatives.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh no!
Oh,
All right.
There's a chance.
Francis can get off the
Francis.
spell first.
Fuck you!
all right. Francis goes invisible and fucking books it.
So Don throws the stone.
That's what he burns the invisibility on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I take it doesn't hit him.
No, it coasts, but shortly after reappears.
Don holds it back up in his hand and looks out. Ha! Fuck you! Got you to waste it! And he pockets the rock. This is the best day of my life.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
That's it.
All right. Okay. So a short while later, like approximately 6 seconds later. Don, you were suddenly covered in a big poof of dust.
Oh God. What kind of is this a
Is
this
this
is a
a
will
spell?
save, isn't it?
Yep. I believe it's a will save.
Are there verbal or
Will
are there
negates.
verbal components?
Oh yeah.
It's
all
verbal,
bard
somatic,
spells have verbal.
and
Which
material.
means
Which
the
means-
wind yelled at him for a moment before coating him in dust.
You could also play music.
Yeah. It's literally I just went with what I had, so- but I can also play music for spells, but that's not this case.
Okay.
All bards
Unless if
probably
I have time to
physical
like grab my
components.
lyre off my back and cast it.
You're
Which I guess
invisible.
it's been
You
6
do.
seconds, so I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. Don, you lucky shiny son of a bitch.
Yep.
Don is walking away. He's got a spring in his step. He looks all happy. He's whistling. His hands are in his pockets.
The back
Then
of
all of a
Donovan
sudden-
is just so sparkly.
and he just stops as he hears the components. And then he slowly turns around like Heath Ledger as the Joker in Batman.
There
When the
stands
Batmobile
KFC.
flies right by him. And Don smiles. It was a good try, Francis.
Yeah, I'll
next
get
time
you
you'll
next time, bud.
Yeah, maybe next time. And Don continues on his merry way. I still win, though. I got you blow invisibility.
All good. Same time tomorrow?
Probably.
Okay. Francis goes back to packing up.
All right.
In some sick, twisted way, this could actually be friendship.
So you guys pack up,
It's bonding.
start heading out for the day.
Are we just coyoteing and roadrunnering? Tom and Jerrying?
Don and Jerry.
Oh, shit!
All right.
Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd.
So you guys travel for better part of the day. It's mid-evening. It's not quite dusk quite yet before you make it where you're going here. You guys reach the southern entrance, or the crossroads that leads to the southern entrance of the city here. But Zeta, give me a perception check.
Oh, welcome to Cheliax, by the way, Leland. Not Cheliax, West Crown.
Chill crown.
Okay. You spot it seems to be a basically a stone. It looks like a stone from the back, but as you approach, you kind of notice people approach it, and then kind of skip away or move away with a bit of more alacrity. It kind of piques your interest. But when you get closer, you can plainly recognize this as a small shrine to Desna.
Oh, excellent.
We
I
will
will
leave.
go. I will
an
go
offer.
pray to this shrine.
Okay. So it says, so this altar is carved of stone. It holds little maps and mementos from distant places visited by anyone who prays at the little shrine.
I'm gonna leave the prettiest shell I found.
Are you gonna pray at the shrine?
Sure.
All right. So, Aubrey leaves a little. Is Zeta gonna leave anything here?
Do I have anything I can leave?
You have a ring.
Do you like a shell, Zeta?
Sure, like that's a really fucking nice looking ring. I will leave the ring.
Wow.
So you guys see Aubrey put down the ring, and Zeta put down a. I'm sorry. Aubrey leaves a shell, and Zeta takes off her ring, and puts it down on this little altar.
It is actually a pretty perfect Destiny gift. It's found in a road.
So both
yeah.
of you,
Happenstance.
both of you gain a +4 resistance to anything that would restrict your movement, and an extra 10 foot of your movement speed over land.
Nice.
Oh, cool. We fast boys now.
Fast
Shame you ride
boys.
a horse.
Yeah.
As the rest of you onlookers of this see a small shimmer around them as their prayers complete.
By Desna's stars be praised.
So is anybody gonna call out Zeta on leaving this very expensive looking ring?
Her luminescent wings enrapture us.
I mean, I was gonna more comment on the stars. Leland's gonna look up into the sky.
There's one up there.
If you're talking about the sun, I don't see any stars.
Sun's not a star.
Right sound. It's
It's way too big to be a star.
We're all stars.
all right.
Well,
Does
yeah,
anybody
you
else?
can say that the sun's not a star, but people say that Francis isn't a star, but look at him.
Not
Yeah.
Massini.
Hey now. No. Zeta, you're an all-star. You need to get your game on. Come on, let's play.
Listen.
Just don't acknowledge it. Just don't acknowledge it. It'll go away on its own.
Luke and Valen, all that glitters isn't gold. Okay?
Does anyone else want to do anything while
And
we're in the city
only-
before we head up?
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Oh,
That is so deep, Zeta. You're so right. You know,
anybody who would care to
telling
give
you,
me a heal
like
check?
recently around Cheliax has been a cold place, but I think it's getting colder. Seriously, like if you think you're bundled up now, just wait until you get older.
This is going too far. Heal check. Eh,
Zeta. Sable's not looking too hot.
What's wrong with Sable?
She's just kind of. She looks a little spaced out, and she just looks a little down. Looks a little under the weather. She's a bit pale.
Sable, you alright?
is Sable unstable?
She kind of picks her head up. She says, I'm okay. I'm not. I feel like I might be coming down with something.
Listen, Aubrey, I'd prefer if we don't give Sable a label.
We can help you back to a tavern if you're able.
It sounds like a good idea, but let's leave that offer on the table.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, you know, I really would like to take her along with us, but I think she's incapable.
Do not make me go over there and strangle you all with a cable.
Leland looks confused.
Don't you threaten us, Donovan Rabable.
Is that his last name?
And at that point, Francis is gonna put his hand on Zeta's shoulder and like just shake his head back and forth.
Sable gets off her horse and kind of goes back a little ways behind the shrine, a few feet away, and vomits.
Oh, that's not
Ooh.
good.
We should get her somewhere to lay down, or
Sable, you
a
didn't
doctor.
tell us it was that serious.
It leaves a bit of a hole in the ground as well. She seems to vomit acid.
Hope this isn't fatal.
Oh,
I'm honestly surprised that Francis hasn't asked if she's pregnant yet.
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
No, the
That's-
rumors of Francis's stupidity is just a fable.
I'm ready to die. I think I'm dropping out of this campaign, guys.
This was the day.
I think I'm done.
That was the breaking point.
This is it. This is.
She kind of comes back and climbs up on the horse.
Do you
Says,
think this illness is curable?
Sable, let's go get you somewhere safe before, you have another attack. Just ignore these guys.
an attack of what?
Sable explodes into magic. It's pretty cool, but it's also pretty horrifying. Sometimes she has these bouts where she gets really sick, and she can't really control it anymore. last time this happened, she made a crater in a concrete floor.
Conditions unswayable.
I've done that before.
I am not
Captain
surprised.
got really mad at me when I did it.
I'm also not surprised. I am Jack's lack of surprise. Moving on, we have someone that's sick here, and maybe we should stop fooling around and get her somewhere where she can rest.
I
Yeah,
suggested
seriously,
that
guys.
Sounds like
several
a good
rhymes
idea.
ago.
Yeah, these puns can wait. We should probably go help Sable.
Puns.
Sable
It's-
says,
It's rhyme play.
we should probably get someone who knows more about magic to take a look into this.
Well,
we
we are in West Crown.
here. What about
What about the wizard?
the wizard?
You could use the catapult this time too.
Surely the wizard is swayable.
Zeta!
Sable slowly starts trotting her horse forward into the gates.
She looks
Don
capable.
will kind of try to guide her over. He says, "All right, come on, let's go. We'll go see with the wizard. See if she can fix you up." And
Alright.
he glares back at the rest of the group, and he just shoots daggers at you guys. There's a time and a place, guys, and this is not the time nor the place.
So as you guys enter the southern entrance to the town, you notice that there's a large gathering of people around the job board, or I
Nope,
guess
not this time.
not a job board, but the posted board. You know that most of the time jobs are posted in the northern sector, the northern entrance.
This
There, the-
be more like legal notices, or
This is, well, you wouldn't know, but they would know that around this board, it's normally stuff like advertisements
chickens.
for local businesses and such, flyers, things like that. But it seems like there's a single flyer that's been duplicated over and over again that's been plastered all over this board, completely dominating it.
Don will check it out as he's passing by.
You're on a horse, so you'd have to kind of break the crowd to get up to it. A lot of people are just kind of looking at the board from a distance, about 10 feet, semicircle. One person kind of walks up and rips off a little piece of paper, because it seems like there's little tendrils coming off of these little flyers. Everybody kind of murmurs for a moment as he walks away.
Don will get off his horse and ask Zeta to watch horse for a second, and he'll go check out the poster.
Okay. You go and take a look at the poster, and it's essentially an advertisement promising, adventure and wealth and being able to protect your homeland, talk to your local Chilaxian military recruitment center.
All right, Don's gonna tear a piece off and head back to the group. He's gonna tell Zeta about it and says,
The little piece of paper you tear off is for a masterwork weapon of your choice for enlisting.
"What?
in exchange for enlisting.
Don's going to approach Zeta and be like, "So I know I didn't get you a birthday present or anything, but I don't know, that poster over there was offering adventure, gold, and reward. Seemed like it was right up your alley. Oh, and they're also offering a masterwork weapon in exchange for enlisting."
So you're gonna enlist, and then you're gonna give me the adventure?
No, I was offering, and he kind of holds out the paper. I was offering you the adventure, but
What?
I don't know why I fucking bother anymore.
I've already got an adventure with you guys.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's looking like it's about to be a dead end, quite literally. So anyway, Don gets back on horse.
Can I look over the poster again? What's it say?
Like I said, it's saying something along the lines of, have adventure, earn coin, protect your homeland, enlist
Join
today.
the army, see the world.
Yeah, that.
Oh, I've seen this trick before.
Oh, it's literally a recruitment poster for the.
Yeah.
but it's completely plastered over the whole board. There's no.
Yeah. Z's gonna kind of look over the poster a little bit more and just kind of throw it to the ground with a "Feh. Not for me. Thanks for thinking about me, though, Don. But the military structure's a little too rigid.
Military? What are you talking about?
You gave me a recruitment poster for the Shalexian military.
He gave you a strip of paper from the bottom of it that is basically a voucher for one masterwork weapon with enlistment.
Oh.
With enlistment.
I'm sorry.
Enlistment is a pretty no, it's a little too
Obvious.
far for me.
Buzzword.
For me, Donovan. Thanks though.
I thought it was just like mercenary work. Oh, well, I guess I got a lot to learn about the city.
I think this goes a little further than just mercenary work.
Yeah, it seems like it's a bit more of a commitment than I thought. Strange though that they're so desperate for people that they're offering out masterwork weaponry for new recruits.
I don't imagine that's that strange.
Actually,
Big
no,
city
that
like
that does bode pretty ill.
Ill?
Oi, Leland,
Yes.
in your guard regiment, how many of you folks got masterwork weaponry?
What do you mean masterwork?
Really nice weapons.
Well, all of our weapons were nice. I think.
Don looks at Zeta. I don't know why I fucking bother anymore.
Who are you bothering?
This guy couldn't tell a right-handed mace from a left-handed mace.
I can too. I'll have you know that. I'm ashamed to admit it. I lost the left-handed Morning Star and had to order a new one.
Zeta's gonna kind of lean over to Dawn, and she's gonna say, kind of covering her mouth a little bit. You don't suppose that he forgot to change out his water for the seasons?
Don just... Zeta, I... Why is it that my life gets worse when I try to be a better person?
Because being a better person is accepting life as it is.
I don't know, I kind of like robbing people more. It's...
Who are we robbing?
I used to rob anyone I wanted.
He's got a big sword. We don't want to take him on.
I could take him. It would be
We live
so
in Poland.
easy.
Donovan says he can take you.
Oh god,
Take me
no.
where?
I don't know. Take him where?
I mean, you talked about
Perhaps-
taking me back to your village.
Perhaps to the wizard.
Or perhaps we should go to the wizard. Yes, because Sable is sick. Let's go. I'm sorry I tried to think of someone for once.
Well, thank you for thinking of me, Donovan. It's been a happy birthday. I didn't even know I was having a birthday, so this has just been the most pleasant event I've had all week.
Yeah, well, nothing's gonna beat beating the shit out of Francis.
And I helped.
You help by not helping. You help by not intervening, and I appreciate that.
What do you... I clearly was the trigger that created the monster that you are now.
Did-
No offense.
You think I'm a monster?
Monster's a strong word, Donovan. I'm sorry.
Don looks a little heartbroken and just keeps
It's
writing.
I'm sorry, Donovan. It was a strong word choice.
No, it's too late. The damage is done.
So you
Donovan,
guys make your
you
way
are
through the town.
terrifying.
You're not helping.
You were howling and screaming bloody murder as you beat the snot out of Francis. What do you want me to tell you?
You'll get nothing out of him. He's going to see Celery.
Well, you guys encounter something that becomes very apparent, or you think it would be a problem, but turns out okay, essentially. You get to the ferry that has to take you to the middle island, and then from the middle island to the main island. But luckily for you, there's actually a section of the ferry for horses. Mainly because goods have to be delivered.
If there wasn't a section for horses, I could just carry her.
But eventually you guys end up making your way through the town,
Making our way through the town.
end up at the tower.
All right,
Walking
Leland,
past
you're
the
new to this
tower
whole thing,
down.
so let me explain something to you.
Dun, dun.
Don't sass this woman. Don't know if you're
Sass?
capable, but don't know if you're capable. But
Ding.
Ew.
but also don't cast magic in there. Just don't.
I wouldn't know how to cast magic if you told me how.
I guess the best thing I can say is treat this woman like you would treat your commanding officer.
For all
I-
he knows, this woman could be his commanding officer.
Just a heads up, I do not have control.
You don't?
I do not have token control.
Do you know what we all look like and stuff?
Well-
I know half of you.
Oh my God, cat!
Yeah, I've been deleted.
Oh shit,
Try it now.
he's gone.
I still do not have control. And now I'm not even in a grid
There.
space. There we go.
Don's gonna knock on the door.
Please be sure to save this version of the token so we don't have
Yeah,
to do
that's
this
what I'm
every
about to
time.
do. Alright, should be saved. Alright. Sable comes up to the door with Donovan, unless you guys are going to leave her behind.
I took her with me.
Alright, so the door opens. And
Hey.
there's a, how do I force people to force perspective again?
Shift right click,
It doesn't do anything.
shift left click.
Be shift, click and
Control
hold.
right click. Yeah, shift right click and hold.
You guys get-
Shift left click and hold.
Control right click and hold. Refresh your screen and then shift right click and hold.
There we go. Did
There
it.
we go.
I had to have the right thing selected. Alright,
that'll
so it
work.
opens up, and the two hostesses both say greetings to Sable at the same time, though the male hostess of the two is far away. The
Oh yeah, hi. No, I exist too. It's fine.
they both say in unison, though it sounds a little off because one of them's far away from the door. To come in, the wizard is currently available. The Grand Wizard.
Don will help Sable in.
Yeah, we'll help Sable enter the room.
He's gonna get her to a seat.
To a seat.
Oh my gosh. Oh, never mind.
Sure.
I'm probably gonna taste this
Sit
root beer
down.
again, but this is a different game.
Don kind of nods to Celery as he approaches. He says, "Sorry for interrupting you like this.
Again.
Again. I understand I was a little more rude than I should have been in our last encounter."
The wizard seems to be sipping tea and says, "Oh, No, it's fine. Is she okay?
No, she's not actually, and I was hoping we could defer to your superior intelligence on that.
She
See,
kind of.
she's always had a bit of a problem with
She has an illness of the magical kind.
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Donovan, you're close enough. Over, you might be a little bit too far away. Donovan, you see the wizard's irises, the color of her eyes change about 6 different times while she's staring intently at Sable before going back to her normal blue eyes. She kind of looks at you with a concerned face, like she's definitely got some wild magic in her.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. I don't think she's got full control over it, and it shows sometimes when she melts buildings.
There's a small arc of electricity that goes between or over Sable's head from one shoulder to the other.
Like that.
So, oh, well, I suppose I can run some tests. Be more than happy to. Can at least probably learn a thing or two from this. I don't think I've seen this before. Has she always been this way? Sable says, I'm right here. With all due respect. And yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to speak as if you weren't here. You do seem a little distressed. But we should be able to figure out something. So, how did your meeting with Ganderhall go? She kind of kicks back and starts sipping tea.
It was enlightening.
He was pleasant.
He was terrifying.
Quite frankly, it was a little scary.
He was
Oh, he was-
pleasantly terrifying.
He was pretty pleasant. I told him he had a very lithe figure. He seemed to really appreciate that.
He was also torturing the ghost of some man.
She kind of ponders for a moment. She goes, the ghost of some man.
Supposedly a hero that tried to challenge him before and failed, and so Ganderhall likes to keep him as a toy.
Certainly not the best first impression, but other than that, he was lovely.
I don't think we can hold dragons to our standards, Aubrey.
I
That's
think we
like-
should.
That's like comparing apples to squids.
You know,
But
there's
he
some,
also kind of like eats zombies, so
there's some pretty shitty dragons in the world.
She has
Even
a
tiny infants.
here's a moment of realization and says, "Oh, you mean Maximus?"
I believe
Maximus.
So yes.
yeah.
Right.
Maximus the Merciful.
No, his last name escapes me, but it's irrelevant. Maximus was a holy man from a bit further northeast, and he resided in Ganderhall's previous territory, or at least he used to.
Well, Ganderhall told us about two other dragons while we were there. Seek Navir and Faruth. Apparently Seek Navir is an umbral dragon living in Ustalav, and Faruth is one that is apparently a little closer. The location escapes me right now. And then he told us the dragon Apsu.
Right, the original creation deity.
Right, and then he also told us a story about the mighty umbral dragon Dranaquic.
Not too familiar with these other dragon names.
Including Dranaquic?
Dranacuic is... I mean, I've only heard of it through Ganderhall himself. He told me about it. It's supposed to be the original Umbral Dragon, right? Some... She puts up air quotes, bedtime story.
Yeah, that would be the best way to describe it, I suppose.
Says,
But still, he seemed to regard it with a bit of severity, I suppose. Enough to tell us about it.
he's not hard to get talking about himself.
I don't think that the dragon Dranaquic is him.
Him?
I mean, never mind. I mistook.
Oh, well, no, he's just. Umbral dragons, like most dragons, are very vain creatures. They all think that they are the best species. They all think that they are the best of their species. At least up until a certain age when they start realizing that they can't just go around challenging everything.
Makes
He didn't give
sense.
you a hard time, did he?
Quite lovely. As you said, we didn't bring in any light, and we were fine.
Well, that's great. But, I'm glad it was... Well, I guess I can't say I'm glad. It didn't sound like it's too much of a fruitful endeavor. You said there was two, Signavir and Faruth. She kind of ponders for a moment. Signavir, I think I've heard of that before. I can't remember where from at the time. But you said Ustalav. That is quite the distance. Doubtful that that's any threat to us.
Oh, right. And you're smarter than the rest of us. Sorry to detract real quick, but he holds up the back of his hand and shows her the soot marks on his knuckles. Got any idea what's going on with me?
She kind of looks at you. She says, come here. Come here.
Oh, okay. Done.
She kind of takes a real close look at you. When did this start?
Don points at Francis when I was beating him up.
It's the last time I washed my hands.
She kind of looks at Francis and points, gives you a gesture. Says, come
Yeah.
here, you two.
Francis thumbs up and then heads over, walks over.
She kind of takes note as Francis gets closer, as the soot marks start to glow.
His blood pressure is noticeably rising.
Francis will take a few steps back.
She says, no. I want you to hug him.
Don's knuckles
Gets a
Turn
really big
blue.
smile on his face and opens his arms
Can Aubrey join?
and says, Don,
Can I join?
the doctor's orders.
Don's knuckles are emitting a blue flame at this point.
Well, they're blue in coloration.
Zeta, Leland, let's all get in on this.
Group hug time.
She says that shouldn't be necessary. But Francis,
No, this is like a one-time thing.
she says, please, no, I need room for this.
Okay, fine.
Francis goes in for the hug.
Oh
You
wait,
better,
no, she's asking for the hug?
Oh yeah, she
You
wants
better
Francis to
roll.
hug Don.
you better roll me that fucking CMD, boy.
Or are you gonna try to resist it?
You're going to resist the hug?
Fuck yes, I am.
She does still have one of your hands in her hand.
Oh no.
Yep,
He
Francis
looks at
dives
Celery. Could
for
you
the hug.
please release me? Please
Francis
don't let him
dives
do
for
this.
the hug.
She says, no, I'm gonna need your hand for this.
As contact is made between Francis and Don.
Celery cuts you.
What?
As the contact is made, she
Yep,
takes
Francis. Good.
a small pin that she had from her from her dress. It kind of sticks you, and where you would expect uh, blood to come out, blood does come out, but also purple fire comes out.
Don is kind of trying to hold Francis back with his other arm. Oh, that's new.
It's not like
She kind of waves Francis off. She's like, "That's enough."
All right.
fire.
Francis will take a few steps back.
Excuse me, miss. I'm not sure what exactly conclusion that you've come to from this, but I have to impose a favor upon you now. Another favor, unfortunately. I have to ask that you not hold me responsible for the actions that I am about to commit to this man.
Francis will take a few more steps back.
She says, I would not advise any kind of hostile actions in my tower."
I see. Thank you for the warning. I will wait until we have left the tower.
But it would seem as though you have some nefarious lineage.
I am Jack's lack of surprise. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound like I was sassing you. It's just, I don't know. People always said I was kind of an asshole, so it kind of makes sense.
She says, "No, it's fine. You you appear to have some devil in you somewhere."
Don looks at Francis. Oh, what? Are you going to sell your soul to me next?
She
Which
kind
offer?
of turns her head to the side for a moment at hearing this, and then she has her eyes closed, and then she slowly opens her eyes and turns her head towards Francis. It's like, "Did you sell your soul?"
To an imp.
He didn't sell his soul. He
Look.
bargained his soul, but paid off his debt before it was time for
Exactly.
his soul to be reclaimed.
It was like a down payment.
He now has to sing the praises of Asmodeus every day in public, so he can
Have
gain
to.
so he can gain the usage of invisibility.
She kind of
I mean, it's just a thing.
She just
now.
pinches the bridge of her nose for a second, and then picks her coffee or her tea up and begins to drink again. It's like, "You can do what you want. It's your soul."
See, that's the reaction I had. See, I like her. Why can't she come with us?
Because I'm busy protecting this plane, as well as this country.
Yeah, speaking of which, sorry guys, I know
That sounds like selling your soul.
I've been talking a lot here, but I have one more question to ask. You wouldn't happen to know anything about the large amount of guard regiments and recruiting that's going on right now, would you?
She says, "Yes, I would. In fact, you should have some inkling of an idea as to why this could be happening."
Perhaps everyone else is getting this warning of imminent danger.
You'll have to forgive us. This group is not exactly a group of brain cases. And he thumbs over to Leland and Francis. Oh, by the way, Leland, Celery, Leland. He's a nice boy. He's just...
She takes a look at him.
Upon
Says-
being acknowledged, he's going to snap into attention and announce,
Private Leland Tuco, ready for duty. Sir, ma'am.
She says, "You're out of your jurisdiction, Longacre Guard. No need."
he holds up a finger. Says Celery, give him a moment.
Sober will remind her that, well, let her know that we're headed back to our village to warn everyone of potential danger and possible evacuation. Would you mind looking after Sable until we've returned?
She
That's a
says,
bit much to ask.
she says, "Well, I'm probably going to have to take her in to monitor her, to see what's going on with her. As far as warning the village, I hate to throw doubt on your lived experience, but just don't see the evidence to suggest that you're actually in any danger from a dragon. As far as the ramping up of the military goes, you're much more in danger of the political climate than some visions you've had.
Alright, so what the hell is going on with the political climate?
Well, it's sort of what my last meeting with the representative from the crown was about.
Oh, that's what that asshole you were talking to before was?
Right, he was an advisor to the current queen. He was trying to make sure that we would be able to ramp up our foot soldiers. We need to fortify our southern borders, but it's not going as quickly as we would hope. So we had to pull a regiment of Godclaw, as well as some of the Order of the Gate for support, in order to fortify the area, because our would-be defenses aren't completed yet.
May I ask why you're fortifying the south?
Well, our neighbors to the south aren't exactly friendly.
I apologize, but we're not too privy to how things work out here.
Well, you don't need to be too privy about it. Just know that our southern neighbors have been encroaching on our territory for a while.
I can't imagine anyone with the balls to encroach upon Cheliax.
Can I, geography to know what is south?
Sure. Let's see it.
What do you mean would-be defenses, though?
She says that the city of Hinji
I don't
was
have it.
supposed to have worked on a large enough bombard to aid with the defenses of Messini, but the progress towards it has been halted as of late.
Dustin, you go ahead and roll your check.
He doesn't
Sorry.
have it.
Oh. Okay, so why on earth would they be halted? I mean, with all the soldiers they've got going around, do you think that things like that would be on the road right?
Well, you can't just get some foot soldier to work on a bombard. Especially not one that would dwarf the Maw of Rovagug.
I'm sorry, what the hell is the Maw of Rovagug?
Oh, right. The Maw of Rovagug was the largest functional bombard for a long time.
So it was a big-ass gun.
Basically.
Neat. And Massini's building a bombard bigger than the Maw of Rovagug.
Well, no. We wouldn't dare try to build something like that so close to the border. Instead, we've elected to start building it in Hinji. But with the range on it, it could provide aid to Massini.
Delivery guy got into our gate and I don't know how.
Don't suppose you've met Zeta, by the way. I'm sure she has tons of questions for you.
Believe we met.
I'm sorry.
Very briefly, as I was busy at the time, but you've caught me on my off day.
How rude of us.
Oh no, I don't mind.
Zeta, do you have anything to ask the nice wizard?
I have a couple things to ask the nice wizard.
Don's gonna step back and
Oh,
stop.
great wizard.
Sable puts her head down on the table.
You have a great many books here, I see.
You say the fuck
Perhaps you
away
have
from me,
any-
Francis.
Perhaps you have any on the laws of the land that I might
Hey, Don.
be able to take a look at?
The wizard looks at you and looks around the room she's in. Says, where are you seeing these books?
Was it not described as like a library?
A past life.
Nope. What you see is
Yep.
what you get. You get 4 pillars, a table, some chairs.
Okay, I'm totally wrong then. I guess I have one question to ask the wizard.
Okay.
May we please use your catapult?
She says,
Yes.
you all approach on horses.
You're right.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I'll watch the horses. You guys go for a ride.
Don. Don, would you really?
Yes, I really would, Aubrey.
I'll look back to the wizard.
No, we ride the horses on the catapult.
She says that I don't know if my enchantment would be quite safe enough for horses.
Don is tossing the skipping stone up and down. Just tossing it with a smile on his face. You guys go right on ahead and soar through the air. Hey, Leland, you want to get launched out of a catapult?
Why would I want to do that?
Because it's fun.
Just trust us. It is incredible.
That sounds dangerous.
Leland, you are going to love it.
You will.
Zeta, you are going to love it.
You guys go have fun. I'll watch the horses.
Look, Don, just get out there and be prepared to catch us in case anything goes wrong. Which
I'm
it
not-
won't. As he said, you are going to love it. You gotta see this catapult, it's huge.
But I've seen a catapult before. What makes this one so special?
Because you can
Says-
ride it.
Well, if you guys are willing to send the designated horse driver out, the rest of you, I can get you roughly where you're headed next, at least within the city walls.
How do I whisper?
Slash
Could you
W.
possibly shoot us straight up and allow us to land at the horses?
I don't believe so.
It's too
I
bad.
mean, I can, but I'm not gonna spend that many resources just to do that.
It's understandable, well, with the south and all.
I guess we could, look, Leland. You gotta try it.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I believe you.
She says, "That's fine." One moment, and she kind of waves her hand, says a few words, and Sable's gone. Says, come on over, and we'll head on up." Oh goodness, please no.
The wide wizard.
Wide wizard. She kind of places one hand on the statue and extends a hand out to the rest of you.
Y'all have fun. Leland, go on. Go have fun. It's not dangerous, I promise. Look,
But you tried to get me to smash the lyre over Francis's head.
would
But
all
I
of these
did.
guys want to? Would all of these guys want to do it that badly if it was dangerous?
Not only is it not dangerous, it's 100% legal.
It's so legal.
It's true. It is legal.
In fact, no, Leland. Really, what this is it's more than just fun. It's dragon training. So you can understand what it feels like to be a dragon. Like, how else are you going to hunt down a dragon if you don't know what it feels like to fly like a dragon?
You make a very solid point.
So come try the dragon training with us, and trust me, you'll feel a lot better about the dragon hunt once you do this.
All right, so you guys lock hands.
Snoop. Yep.
Who all is gonna
Yep.
get in this daisy chain?
I'm in there.
So
Agreed,
we're in
Kevin.
there.
Oh, yeah.
What about Zeta?
or Zeta and Don driving the horses?
Don's driving the horses, but Don's got some weird shit going on too.
Is Zeta going?
Do we lose Al?
I think we
His
did.
mic's
but
firing up.
A rare occurrence. We've never lost L before.
Is he dead?
his microphone is dead.
I can see his mic
Yeah.
firing up, like he's saying something.
Right. Restart your Discord.
Dickard.
Yeah,
He's
Discord.
probably been saying stuff this whole time. He's just
Right,
like,
it's probably like, why can't you
Try-
cunts hear me?
For now, try typing it.
yeah, type something if you can't. If you are saying stuff that we can't hear.
He went to go install liquid cooling.
Yeah,
He
Yeah,
might
this mic-
just be hot micing.
yeah.
He
hot
went.
micing
He
from
went
the
to
fan or
Taco Bell.
something. Must have gone to Taco Bell.
Must have.
Seriously, it's 5 minutes up the street.
So 5 minutes
Supposed
there,
to
5
be-
minutes back, you would have still been late. So,
No, it was supposed to be fast food. It took 30 minutes to get to the front of the line of 3 cars.
Alright, I'm gonna assume Zeta's going on this ride.
Okay.
L just straight up went to sleep. I think he's slipe.
Got him.
So is it just Donovan that's staying to drive the horses?
Yeah, I think he's just hot micing.
Probably. Could someone text him or something?
Didn't do it properly.
Alright, so as y'all lock hands, there's a faint glow that kind of overtakes the whole group of you, and then you all poof. And when you open your eyes, you're all up on the top of the tower with a big fuck all catapult. You guys don't have to be up there yet, but
Might as well be.
might as well be.
Yeah.
And so y'all climb the ladder and get on up there. Is Leland just gonna go up the ladder with everybody else?
Oh, yeah. I need to... I can't hunt a dragon. The reason I can't find a dragon has to be because I don't know what a dragon's flight feels like.
Well, she kind of yells up to you guys. Where are you going?
I'll look to Aubrey. Where are we going?
Suppose we could just land outside of the ferry dock.
How far can we go with this?
Anywhere within city limits, I assume.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
So you guys are just going to the ferry.
To the ferry
That's-
or like, I don't know.
Not a very exciting trip.
Wait, there has to be like something more interesting around here. There's the theater around here. Let's go see a fucking play.
It is getting late.
Wait, how late?
It's probably like 8 o'clock.
At night?
Yeah.
Oh shit,
mean-
then send us to the inn.
Okay, which inn?
The
Not
Rusty
as
Hook.
the
Is that what it's called?
So,
The what, Dustin?
The Rusty Hook? Is that
That
not
is
what it
not the
was?
thing.
What was it?
Rusty Hook is a whole different thing.
What was that?
It's L. L just signed out of shit chat.
Rip.
Rip.
Which is to say that he was on shit chat until 30 seconds ago.
Rip.
Hmm.
Maybe his internet's dying.
It's potential.
But now you guys are at the Rusty Spittoon, I believe, or the
Spittoon.
Salty Hook.
Salty
Salty
hook or
hook.
the rusty spittoon.
Why does it have to be a rusty spittoon? Why can't it be a shiny spittoon?
They never
It's
stay shiny for
been there
long.
for a while. Yeah. It's an old spittoon.
All right. So which one are
But-
you guys going
but-
to?
Who wants to sleep in a dirty spittoon?
Don slept on one for like 48 hours straight.
Yeah, it's true. And it's not a real spittoon. They have them, but it's not a spittoon. It's just a name.
Hmm.
All right. So she hears you mention these two places, and you hear the catapult sort of wind into place as it kind of turns a bit. Small lever kind of pops out of the floor beneath her. She's like, all right, well, have a good trip. She just pulls the lever. You guys go flying through the air. I need acrobatics checks from everybody.
Oh yeah. Here's the fun
Is-
part.
Oh, right, acrobatics, not athletics.
Got him.
Wow.
Francis starts doing tricks.
Francis has been on this ride before.
Yeah, exactly. He starts like flapping his arms like a dragon and singing a dragon song the whole time.
I can't wait for Kill Switch to become Dawn.
No, that's
Upload
bad.
Rager?
I'm waiting for Leland to collide with Francis and knock
Leland
him out of the sky.
collides with a tavern wall and takes 5/9 lethal damage. Ober,
It's not fun if you don't get a bruise.
Ober manages to position his feet beneath him, I guess? Not beneath, but he manages to kind of like land on the wall and kick off and land okay.
Snip, snip, snip.
Killswitch just has a good old time the whole time.
Yeah. Kill Switch like pretends like he's landing like a dragon. Kind of gives like a small like dragon rah at the end of it. It's like that's how a dragon flies, Leland. And then he'll turn to Leland and like not see Leland where he expects him. Be like, Leland?
Leland peels himself off the wall with like a bloody nose and just turns and looks at him and is like, I still don't understand how dragons fly.
Was that not incredible, though? You could see the whole city.
It's no one gets it on their first try. This is my third time, so you'll get it. You'll get it.
So I have
Yeah.
to do it 2 more times?
Yeah.
The
Hmm.
wizard does materialize back down on the main floor. She kind of seems a bit shocked to see Donovan still in the room.
Donna turns to her and says, sorry if I'm overstaying my welcome. I had a quick question for you before I left. I know I'm chock full of these things today.
She kind of sits down and picks up her cup, which fills with tea when she picks it up. Says, no, it's fine.
About the time you guys were leaving, I had this really strange feeling.
Oh, you still
Feeling
have
to-
it.
Yeah, I mean, did she say that or?
No, no, I'm just letting you know.
Okay. Yeah, he says, I started getting this really weird feeling. Just felt like it was pulling me in a certain direction.
Says, are you looking for something? Did you cast some type of... No, you don't have any magic about you.
Well, except for this rock. Don tosses the rock up and down. Well, this is just a stone with the returning spell cast on it.
Right, I wasn't counting weapons. Though it is strange to see a rock with an enchantment on it.
I won't complain. Maybe someone just really likes skipping the stone. Found it on the beach. What I'm more concerned about, though, is this weird feeling. Feels like it's pulling me over that way. Just something's compelling me to just walk that way.
Well, you're not walking that way, so it must not be that much of a compulsion.
Well, it's just something that's nagging on me. I was wondering if you might know anything about it.
She kind of stares at you for a moment. You can't see it nearly as well, but you can notice it when the colors go a little bit darker in her eyes and they cycle through. Says, well, nothing in particular standing out on you.
I see. Thank you anyway, Miss Sorry. I appreciate it. Is it Miss or Mrs. Sorry?
Wow.
Grand Wizard.
Grand Wizard. That works too.
Boom,
Look,
shut down.
like, I didn't want to be... Whoa, whoa, whoa. This was not an attempt to hit on her. Like, he's trying to be respectful.
Miss?
Checking if there's a mister.
Or Mrs.
Or Mrs. Is there a Mrs. Grand Wizard? Well, thank you anyway. I appreciate it, and I apologize if I made it awkward by asking that. I meant no disrespect. In fact, I meant nothing but respect, but
Oh, listen to us. We're out of character.
I'm not very good at talking to people.
Foot in mouth.
I'm going to leave now. Thank you very much.
Kind of nods and starts getting back into her tea.
Don's gonna get the horses, and as he leaves, he's just gonna smack his hand on his face.
Hold on. I just remembered something. I don't remember what the whole thing was. I'll give it a +1. Let's see it. No, it's dark. Okay, you're good. All the horses are there.
Why wouldn't the horses be there?
On an island.
Depends on, if a certain horse sees a certain somebody fly through the air.
Don will
You recognize me.
collect
in
the horse.
air.
Collect the horses, and noticing that Spring will probably give him some problems, he looks over at Spring and he says, "Hey, Spring, I know where Aubrey is."
She doesn't seem to understand any word you say except for Aubrey.
Aubrey? Aubrey. Aubrey.
You have her attention.
And he kind of
She does very limited comment.
gets on a horse, and he kind of beckons her over. Aubrey. Aubrey.
She kind of
Hey.
speeds up every time you say Aubrey.
And so Don corrals the horses like this,
Okay.
and brings them over to a stable, camps them out, says tells Spring, "Don't worry, I'll make sure that Aubrey comes to visit you before he goes to bed."
It's gonna be a gold piece for all the horses.
And Don will toss a gold piece.
How did Zeta land from the catapult?
She's,
Don't know.
Fuck it.
Look, he's muted now.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
And he's back on Slack.
Got him.
Both Slacks. Chit chat and
And
So
Dunda.
it might have been internet.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably internet. That's okay.
why the
So
fuck ain't he responding?
I'm assuming you're putting them in a stable not on the fancy island side of town.
Yeah, putting it closer to where the inn that we're gonna go to.
The end you assume everyone got launched in.
Yeah.
You saw where they you actually didn't see
Same
where they get
here,
launched
sure.
towards, but
Oh, wait, he might, maybe.
There he is.
Hello?
is he back?
Hello?
Oh, he's
Yeah,
back.
Alive?
Hey, he's alive.
We thought you were dead.
Might as well have been.
So,
What happened?
where's
No,
Donovan
no,
going?
no, nothing.
What?
Where's Donovan going?
I was talking to Lychus, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I didn't hear him. What happened? Internet die?
You without internet might as well be dead.
Yeah.
No. Oh, that's depressing. Anyway, where's Donovan going? The inn that he assumes that everyone will be going to.
Okay. As you get
Well-
across the ferry, You feel the pole is pointing south.
No, you know what? Fuck it. After delivering the horses, I'm following the pole.
Okay. It leads you right outside of a very well-known cathedral to you.
Okay. Oh, it's the Cathedral of Selket.
No,
No?
it's the Temple of Asmodeus.
It's the piece of paper.
Give in to Asmodeus.
It's the fucking piece of paper, isn't it? Don's gonna pull out the piece of paper and put it on the ground.
Okay, you put a piece of paper on the ground.
Do I still feel the pull?
You do.
Oh, well, I guess it's not the paper. He'll pick up the piece of paper again. Alright, well, no guts, no glory, I guess. That's a good day to die. Don's gonna approach the temple.
Okay. The doors are closed.
Don will knock on the door. I don't know the fucking customs for Asmodeus worshippers.
There's a long pause. How hard are you knocking?
Hard enough.
Okay. Some silence, and you hear some footsteps start to approach the door. The door kind of creaks open. There's an older, rather rotund half-elven man. Says, a very groggy type of voice. Can I help you?
I don't know. Apparently, I was wondering if I could help you, actually.
Knock quieter, so I don't notice.
Apologies. Just, savage. Look, I won't beat around the bush, okay? You're gonna think I'm crazy no matter what I say. I've been getting this feeling to come over here, and I don't know why.
Okay.
It's just, I didn't even know this temple was here, okay? And from across the goddamn city, the God's damn city, I had this feeling to just start walking, and it drove me here. And it was almost like a compulsion. Alright, Did someone here call me, or am I just going insane?
Couldn't say. Is there some type of service you need?
Not to my knowledge. I don't know. Recently I was told I had some devil in me, but I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it.
Do you
Don
have
kind of-
some type of interest in becoming a cleric here?
Don kind of waggles his knuckles up, showing the soot marks. Cleric? No, never crossed my mind. Honestly,
Most people called to a temple and equate that to being called to the priesthood.
Yeah, see, about that? Look, I have no disrespect for the noble church of Asmodeus, but it's, well, not really my thing.
Your knuckles disagree with you.
Evidently, you are correct. Well, if you don't know anything about it, I'm sorry to have wasted your time. I never meant to. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. If you ever figure out why you feel like you have to come here, I'll probably be here. Preferably during normal hours.
Alright, sorry, I wasn't thinking. Just, I'm Donovan. You might see me around. Hopefully not. Thank you for your time, I suppose.
Do you want to pray at the shrine, perhaps?
You know what? Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Never been much of a praying man, but let's see what happens.
Well, I'll need a
So
gold
the
piece
shrine of
from you
Asmodeus.
for a tithe.
What?
I'll need a gold piece from you for a tithe.
Don gives a gold piece to the gentleman.
Okay, come with me. Kind of leads you in. There's a lot of circles on the ground that seem to be engraved into the ground themselves. But at the forefront, on the other end, opposite to the doors you walk into, there is a rather wicked-looking altar. It's an elaborate 9-tiered iron frame built over a shallow 9-tiered pit. Has a lot of it features a lot of like cages and little figures that kind of depict slavery. Says you can say your prayers.
I feel like I'm walking into a direction that once I go to, I can't come back from. Well, to hell with it. Don will approach and say what's not really so much of a prayer, more as it's just like a talk. It's all internal, and I'll send it to you, though. Ow, fuck! That it's not in the prayer.
Ah, fuck.
Absolutely in character.
Don hits his knee on the pew.
You gonna type it up now, or you want to do this? You doing that later?
I'll type it now. It won't take long.
Sure. So is everybody else getting a room at the? Oh, by the way, you guys landed between the two, inns. You didn't land at either inn.
Okay.
So you guys can pick an inn to go to.
Rusty Spittoon.
Sure, that'd be the cheaper of the two.
Yeah. Well, which one has? I guess does it have a big crowd? A big enough crowd?
Kind of depends on the day, doesn't it?
Does it
Aubrey is
have a
going
big
to
enough crowd today?
Aubrey is going to offer 100 gold to Leland to ensure he has enough to live on our journey.
I have plenty of rations.
You'll need room and board and various other
worry.
things. I'm sure.
Don't worry, Aubrey. I'll pay for his room and board.
Leland has a bunch of bug bites all over his arms from sleeping outside. They don't seem
Yeah.
to bother him, though.
I got your room. Don't worry about it, bud.
Well,
So,
thank you.
are you guys going to the Salty Hook or the Rusty Spittoon?
Rusty Spittoon sounds like an adventure.
All right. Let's get
Sounds
Adventure.
like tinnitus in a cup.
Oh, you
Oh,
are not
okay.
prepared for the tinnitus.
You guys get to the Rusty Spittoon, and there's quite the crowd there. There's a lot of people in there. It's just that dinner time. A lot of the working class guys are in there grabbing something to eat. It's pretty rowdy. There's a broken chair,
Excellent.
or the remains of a broken chair, I should say.
I want to go in and put down for rooms for all of us.
All right. For all of you,
First
how
off.
many are you paying for then? You paying for you,
I guess it's
Donovan?
yeah. I assume does Donovan know to meet us?
Oh, he
I
does
can pay
not.
for
No one
myself.
ever discussed this with him.
Yeah, I can't rightfully pay for a person who's not going to be there.
So how many
That
rooms
would
are you
be-
getting?
Rude to the other patrons. So I need one for me, one for Leland, one for Aubrey, one for Zeta, one for Spring. Just kidding. So just 4.
Just 4,
Beep
so
boop.
it's going to be 2 silver pieces.
All right. I'll toss some silver and ask permission. It's like, hey, you mind if I put on a show over here?
Is that light just trying to speak at us?
I can't
No.
tell.
No? Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I want to go play the tribute to Asmodeus.
All right.
Aubrey, you in?
Sure.
Leland, I don't know if you have any musical talent, but you're welcome.
I've
If not,
never
yeah,
tried.
it's up to you.
I think I'll pass.
You can like stand in the back and like pose with your weapon, and like do like salutes and stuff. Yeah, it'll be good. Just Listen to the song and then just make poses based on how you feel.
Be right
That's
back.
kind of what dancing is.
I think I'll pass.
Okay, all right. Well, anyway, I'll grab you a beer or something. And Aubrey, you wanna,
Shall I
you wanna call us in? You wanna open
warm
for
up
the
the
act?
crowd?
Yeah.
All right. Over's gonna grab his mic. And break out in a glorious
Oh my God.
string of, I don't know, scats, dips, and dupes.
I'm back.
All right, so you definitely are able to help. Is Zeta also trying to assist with this?
Sure.
Good
Hey,
enough.
it's a 10.
It's good enough. So let's see it with that +4.
Oh yeah. All right.
Ooh!
Boom. Boom. All right. So after y'all open up, Francis
Roll
dives
it
in.
again.
How do y'all feel about Asmodeus?
The crowd goes wild.
And then he goes into basically just some hardcore like heavy lyring
Zeta, don't
and
you have a
plays like
spell that can do something weird about this?
No.
press to digitize.
No? Okay.
I know I can. I tried casting that one time in the tavern. People didn't like it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Nothing prepared that I could do.
magic in the city is a little too much. But I do have a new trick. So at the end of the song, Francis wants to like do that thing he did before and like take his guitar and like set it on the ground, and he wants to cast dancing lights on the guitar
Give me a
and like kind of
spellcraft check.
make some little flames like dance around on the guitar.
Sure. Give me a spellcraft check. Sure, you can. In casting the spell, normally it makes little orbs of light,
Mm-hmm.
but you kind of change some things about the spell itself in order to get the orbs to have a bit of a flame-like appearance at the top. You kind of pool them together so that it looks like one big fire.
Sick.
You come out of the whole thing with about 26 gold pieces after you get pelted with lots of copper and silver at the end of your performance.
Over will take a deep bow.
Yeah. It's wow. What a great audience. What a great audience.
So what's Donovan doing?
Leaving leaving. He's leaving.
Okay.
He's going back to the spittoon. He thanks the priest for his time, apologizes for interrupting him so late, and he leaves, sweating buckshot.
Shit, I'll find it in a second. Should have found this 800 years ago. As you leave and you get further away, there's still that thing pointing in that direction. But before you leave, if I can find his name. I'm losing it. I'll find his name in a bit. The priest actually introduces himself on your way out. Tells you that if you ever need to talk, he's here at normal operating hours.
Yep.
But eventually, You get back, and you get back roughly around the time that you see a lot of people pelting KFC with coin.
Don completely ignores this and immediately gets a room and retreats to it as fast as he can.
It's 5 copper.
Yep, take it.
Yeah, at that point, gonna go have a meal and a drink and then go to bed.
All right. You guys retire for the night. Wake up the next day. There's no dream for Donovan. And you wake up the next morning. Zeta, give me a profession check. The weather seems a bit off today.
How off?
It just seems a little weird. Doesn't seem... You've seen this before. You're not sure where.
Can I go ahead and predict the next 24 hours?
Sure. Full round action. Predict the next 24 hours for the area.
Yeah.
Alright. That fucking monsoon that's coming is coming right now.
Well, here's the monsoon.
Like, you guys have... You think in the next hour or two, it is about to happen. It's about to just go down. It's about 35 degrees this morning as well, since you full round action. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be wet. You're gonna have gale force winds.
The game.
I don't think we're leaving today.
You can leave.
No, it's not a good idea.
I'll go ahead and prepare my endure elements.
Alright. So, with your full round action of understanding the next 24 hours, this storm's gonna be here for the next 24 hours.
Here we go.
But the horses.
They're in a stable. So, are you guys just gonna bunker down for the day?
Think so.
I don't think we have
Don-
much choice in that matter.
Don
Yeah.
cannot hunker down right now. He's gonna go looking for something to do. Anything.
You've got to pull. Still just a pulling at you.
All right, Don's gonna go back.
Alright. There, when you get over there, there's quite a few people there, but they're not there for worship.
What?
They're taking shelter.
All right, Don's gonna go in.
Alright. You see the same man up there you've seen the day before, who is trying to get everyone to settle down and making sure that everyone is paying the proper tithes to be in the church. There we go. His name is Gervaxis.
Spell that, please.
I'm gonna link it or throw it in here like this. Gervaxis.
You face Jarfaxis.
Is there anyone in the church that's unable to pay their tithe?
There's no one in the church who's unable to pay their tithe.
Are there people at the gate, at the doors that can't pay their tithe?
Yes, there are people being turned away at the door by
How many we talking?
a lot.
How many can probably fit inside the church at this point?
At this point, it's already pretty packed. You could probably squeeze more in there, but you're gonna be shoulder to shoulder.
Don's gonna pay for as many people that can fit to get inside the church.
All right. Uh,
Performing
Guess go
good
ahead and
deeds
mark
in a
off
local
like
evil church.
yeah, right. Go ahead and mark off about 35 gold. As the after that point, the town guard at the doors has to begin turning people away just for lack of space.
Don's gonna find a nice, well, not nice, it's pretty fucking packed in there, but he's gonna find a corner to himself and just sit there thinking the entire time.
All right.
Take it he still feels that pull.
The pull's gone when you're inside the building. More, it's just pulling in all directions, so there's no pull. Equals out.
Okay, well, that's about all I can do.
All right. Mark off an extra gold if you're going to stay in the church. There's not any quiet corners. It's very loud in there. It's a bit of a cacophony.
Don will probably, nah, Don's not gonna stay in the church. He'll, after feeling that constant fucking pull, like in all directions, that would probably grate on him way too much, and he'd make his way back to the
It's
the
much
end.
lessened. It gets stronger the further away you get. Lessens as you get closer.
Oh, then I guess I will stay in there. Never mind. All right.
To a certain point, anyway. But alright, so Don's gonna stay there. And then, is anybody else doing anything for the day?
I mean, it's like not dangerous to go outside.
I mean, it's windy at the moment.
If I can, I'll go try to see if there's a bookstore in the area.
Sure.
A library, potentially.
Zayna's
not a
gonna
bad
run around
idea.
in the storm. She is absolutely elated at a monsoon going on. And she's going to tell anybody that she sees in the streets that are running from the monsoon that it's a monsoon. Isn't this amazing?
Where are you going? It's a monsoon.
Aubrey, give me a diplomacy check with
Alright.
disadvantage.
Ooh, with a disadvantage.
Yeah, people aren't too talkative during a monsoon. Yeah, so do you know where the library is? Fuck you.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know where the nearest dragon is?
Okay. You still managed to find a library.
Cool.
Not
Is
a
it open?
bookstore, but a library. Oh, the library is open.
Alrighty,
Aubrey, I want to go with you to the library.
Okay.
come along.
So you two go to the library. There's a lot of people in there.
Refuge.
Yep.
This isn't a place for that. I let them know that they should be very quiet while they're in here.
Why are there so many people without homes to stay in? Or
It's not that they don't have
workplaces to stay
stone.
in?
They don't have homes. It's that they don't have homes that'll survive a monsoon. At least they're not comfortable enough.
I'll look for the law section.
Okay. Give me. Fuck, what do I even ask for? I guess give me another diplomacy check. With disadvantage. You just can't find this thing, mostly because you're elbow to elbow with other people and they're not really cooperating, letting you look for books.
Francis, do you see anything?
Francis is over literature section, kind of like poetry about any kind of religious poetry or songs, particularly about Asmodeus.
Sure, it's actually easy enough to find. There's one section that's basically strictly religious text for Asmodeus. It's not poetry.
Like a hymn book,
No.
you know. All right. Good enough. I'll take
Well,
it.
There-
tell you what,
are there any of
give me
those
a
regarding law?
perception check. Sure, we'll see if you find a hymn book.
There's probably law books related to Asmodeus.
Asmodean law.
Yeah, sure. You find a book of Asmodeus hymns.
Cool. I'm gonna take that. What you looking for, Aubrey?
Anything of the law in the land?
Can I check for that after I grab my book before I
Sure.
go read it? Oof. Good. It's packed over there, bud. I don't know.
Maybe some other time. When there's not a monsoon.
You, yeah. I don't know. I'm about to read this book of hymns. You wanna tell me what's good and what's not good?
Go for it.
All right. I'll go sit down and read the book with Aubrey.
It's a little tough to read it to him. You guys are kind of shouting at each other.
Shh.
I mean, I imagine it's just loud because it's packed, or what?
Yeah, there's a lot of people
Okay.
in here, and they're not here for library purposes.
Okay. Is anyone serving booze here?
No.
Okay.
Since we can't read, I'm just fucking drunk.
All right, then. Oh man. So Francis is gonna pull out from like underneath like his cloaks that he has on, just for going out in the shitty weather, and like reveal a small skin, and like hand it to Aubrey.
Oh, Francis. Well, I guess out of character. You know Sift, don't you?
Don't think I actually have that.
The cantrip?
I mean, no.
Darn.
Yeah, bards don't get that many spells, so.
So
So
you
it's like,
just
I thought
wins.
thought only 3 people got Sift. Or 3 classes, rather.
Alright,
A
so...
bard totally gets it.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean
Well,
he
I mean,
knows
I
it.
don't. Yeah,
Oh, you don't? Okay, gotcha.
right.
So,
He wouldn't want to waste his precious few slots on Sith.
Sift is
Yeah.
so cool.
I could just go buy booze.
what all are you guys doing in the library?
So, anyway, there's ale. Or
Okay, so you just give him
in the-
ale out of
in the
your
thing.
skin.
Yeah.
Great. So I got 2 guys getting shitty at a library, 1 person in the storm, and then 1 person brooding in a cathedral.
What's Leland doing?
Yeah, what's Leland doing?
He would probably follow Hanzi to try to, you know, it's probably not safe out here.
Make sure there's no crime
Probably.
going on.
Yeah.
It's
you
like,
know,
it's like
maybe try to
run
direct
around through the
people.
storm and be like, and back to my correspondent, Logan Ballin. How do you feel about the weather?
If he sees someone who's like looking for a safe place to stay, he'll try to help. Like
Thanks,
he normally
Leland.
did. Except he doesn't actually know his way around the city, nor does he know where any of the shelters are. So he's just kind of accidentally pointing people in random directions.
Alright. So
Oh
is
yeah,
that...
they had some space over that way.
So, just...
Send
Any-
someone back into the storm.
Is anyone doing anything else with the day?
He's trying to help, I swear.
Can I get any kind of check for maintaining any knowledge out of that book?
That'll come later
Okay.
After
when it
drinking.
becomes relevant. All right. So we can kind of fast forward a bit. Storm becomes full force. It's pretty bad outside. Really bad outside.
Raining sideways.
Yeah.
Have we ever even seen a storm this bad?
You guys have been in monsoons before, but they're not usually this bad. Mainly because you guys are a bit further in coast. But I'm assuming that you guys seek shelter at some point rather than staying outside.
Yeah, no, before it gets too late, we should probably go back, Aubrey.
I suppose so.
Like, if there's any kind of lull in, like, small lull, as it starts to get later afternoon.
Sure. You guys make it back okay.
All right, well, yep. And has anyone seen Don?
He took off this morning, but not since then.
All right. In that case, I want to do the same thing tonight. Just sleep in the inn.
All right. So again, it's gonna be 5 copper per room.
I mean, the guy's not charging extra because he has a functional building.
About that functional part, sure. Told you guys this was a very cheap place.
How many holes are in the roof right now?
Depends on what room you're in.
Yeah, we got the downstairs room, right?
No. Give me a sense motive. Or no, this would be knowledge engineering.
Trained only.
Yeah.
Whoa, yes, that's right. Because I needed engineering to know how mechanical instruments work.
All right. Let's
Nice.
see it.
Nice.
Boom.
You're not entirely sure if this building's gonna make it.
Oh boy. Okay. I would pull Aubrey aside and like Zeta aside. Be like, hey, we should probably find a better inn.
Why do you say that?
You know, this storm's pretty bad, and and then I'm just gonna like list off a bunch of things like, you know, there's a hole in the roof there, and this structural support beam. Did you see the rot right there? Like, look at that. You see
Can we
that right
feel
there?
it?
And I'll point it out, and there's like water dripping on it, and the wood's kind of starting to rot out. Like, that is not gonna hold up.
Can we feel any like shuddering in the building?
Oh, all the time, constantly. The building's shaking at all times right now.
Well, if you're sure, but
Oh, we
we
shouldn't
should let
stay up.
everyone else know.
We shouldn't stay upstairs. Is what I'm getting at. Is there any kind of lower room? Is there like
There's a lot of people in the tavern area who are just getting slammed.
Okay, yeah. Is there like a basement?
No. I mean, there's probably a cellar, but there's not like an
Yeah.
obvious.
You mean an
I'm gonna
indoor
ask the
swimming
guy.
pool?
Right. Might be better to sleep in the cellar.
Aubrey will go through all the rooms upstairs and knock on the door to see if anyone's there.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
there's
that-
people in the rooms, in a lot of the rooms anyway.
I tell them that I don't think it's safe to be up here anymore.
Most of
Yeah.
them tell you
should
to
all-
piss off.
You should all go downstairs, else you'll
gonna
be
go-
very wet.
Talk to the tavern keeper and be like, "Hey, look, I know
It's-
people are sleeping upstairs.
It's real
but-
tough to get their attention right now. They're serving a lot of drinks.
All right, fair enough. As soon as I can get one, I'll be like, "Can I sleep in the cellar?"
She kind of passes a drink to one of the patrons and is yelling at one of her coworkers and says, looks to you and says no, and then moves along.
Yeah, right. Fuck. Looks like we're sleeping downstairs, boys. We're finding a better tavern. Which I don't advise doing right now.
So, what you guys doing? Is everybody gonna buckle down and stay where they are? Where's Zeta?
Me and Lagenvulin are hanging out.
In the streets?
Yeah.
I would still be chasing her
Their
down.
Elements isn't gonna save you from a fucking sign.
Oh, I'm not hoping that it saves us.
How long are you staying out there?
She's on site. She's not leaving.
I'm on site
How long you staying out there?
until everybody knows that the monsoon is dangerous.
Yeah, nah. Um. Well. So does a 17 hit your flat-footed? Oh goodness, I can't. Kill Discord and bring it back up. Alright, Discord died on me. Does a
Hey.
17 hit your flat-footed?
Disappeared.
Who?
Oh, Sita. And you, I guess.
17 does not hit my flat-footed.
Okay. But I'm assuming it hit Zeta's?
Yeah.
Okay. Meow.
Hey.
Aww.
Max. What?
The poster board from further south slams into you. Deals 6 bludgeoning damage. I'm sorry, 3 bludgeoning damage. As it kind of twists in the wind and just barely misses Leland.
As in, it's been uprooted and sent hurtling down the
Uprooted's
street.
the wrong word. It broke the posts.
It has been removed and is no longer attached.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just flailing around and
No, you guys aren't even close to the south entrance. This thing has made it down the street.
Yeah, that looks
That's
about right.
it, yeah.
Yeah, Zeta goes down.
Goes down.
Dead.
Killed.
Still
Instantly.
got 1 HP.
So
I'll go
Zeta
ahead and-
drops to the floor, right in front of
oh,
Lugenvolen,
Little ouch.
Lelouch.
Lilith?
Lily. Leonard.
Alright.
yeah, I'll go ahead and pick her up and I guess I'll go ahead and draw my sword and face the direction of the oncoming wind, just ready to deflect oncoming debris.
So you're gonna stay out there to deflect debris?
I mean, at least until Zeta goes back inside. This is. It's clearly dangerous. And it's my job to protect the people of the town.
Okay.
He's gonna body shield the debris. Just
Alright, so,
Would that be like a total defense action for the sake of,
well, total defense is
I mean,
that'll
defense-
protect you.
yeah.
You
That's
could take
a
it-
dodge.
Yeah, I mean, using it to deflect debris in.
I guess I'll have to have you do athletics checks to get in the way of debris that's about to hit Zeta.
I could do athletics.
Yeah,
kind of.
after the one sign, I feel like Zeta's pretty satisfied until
She'll comply.
With the
She'll comply.
demonstration of how dangerous it is out here.
she's gonna go back up with Lelouch and say, well, that'll certainly give him a clue as to how dangerous is it out there.
Back Chet.
That was Zeta with the weather.
Now Don with sports.
Alright, So you guys gonna find refuge somewhere?
Sure.
Just head back to the inn,
Where are you going? The inn?
since our stuff is probably still there. Probably.
What time is it at this point?
It's probably afternoon, about 4 o'clock.
All right, only another.
It's hard to
16
tell with
hours
the
left.
the whole.
Until the next
Monsoon.
weather check happens. Because
Hmm.
of the next 24 hours, all 24 were monsoon. We don't know what happens after that.
All right. So you guys go back to the tavern then.
Mm-hmm.
You see a very distressed-looking KFC and a very nonchalant Aubrey.
Ober's trying to get people to leave the upstairs.
Okay.
Francis is kind of freaked out. He's trying to be like, look, y'all, it's not good. All right. Francis grabs a drink, sits down, and then starts writing in his notebook.
Okay.
And he's gonna start writing lyrics to a song about how bad the storm's gonna be.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, prepare that for the performance tonight.
Sure.
You could say that you're thunderstruck.
So,
Good night, folks.
is anybody else gonna do
Hey.
anything for the rest of the day?
Take everything I have upstairs and move it downstairs, and also continue pestering people, letting them know that this top floor may not be here for much longer.
Don's going to leave the Church of Asmodeus and return to the inn.
Okay. You managed to fight the winds, and you're okay.
Okay. Don returns to the inn, and he retreats to his room.
All right. So, I'm understanding KFC is gonna try to perform during all this.
Yes. So what he's gonna do is basically just kind of like try and cut up a little bit of a corner and get a little bit of space and start,
Real tough to get space, but sure.
yeah, just as much as he can get until he can get like one or two people looking at him.
One or two people. Well, the 5 or 6 people that are within 10 feet of you are definitely taking note.
Good enough.
You
I'll
did kind
take
of shove them out of the way.
Okay, Aubrey, you in on this? In Zeta?
I'm
Or
probably
is
still
Zeta
upstairs.
damage? All right, cool. In that case, then in between the thunderclaps, he's gonna start playing some like light guitar riffs until eventually it goes into a loud thunderclap. And I want to do some ghost sounds to kind of mimic the thunderclap with the guitar.
Okay, sure.
And basically sing a song about how the thunder rolls.
Okay. Let me see the perform check with a disadvantage.
Oof. Eek.
Still a decent song.
Not bad for playing during a storm.
You managed to rake up 8 copper pieces. As most people are a little preoccupied,
I'll take it.
but the few people who are near you seem to throw you some coin. Give me a sense motive. The feeling that at least one of them is giving you coin in hopes that it would end.
Francis is gonna play another one.
There is no more coin. So is anybody else doing anything else? And where are you guys sleeping?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Gotta make a choice.
I'm gonna stay downstairs as long as people are awake and moving.
There's you get the feeling there's gonna be people awake and moving down there all night.
I guess we're joining them.
I liked Francis's idea of the cellar.
Yeah, I'll try to get in the cellar if we can.
Yeah, I got some
Did
gold
they say
on
it's
that.
okay?
They didn't say it, but then again,
Let me speak to them.
hold on now. I let me try one more time, Aubrey. And at this time, I'm gonna go up to him with like 10 gold pieces and slam it down on the counter in front of one of the waitresses and say, "Can we please sleep in the cellar tonight?" And I just feel it would be much safer there for us.
give me a diplomacy. Okay. She kind of looks at you. She kind of scoops the gold. She's like, "How many of you?"
I'll look to see who's around me. Aubrey, you in? Zeta,
I'm in.
Don, Leland,
Don's in his room right now.
Don is upstairs.
right? 4 of us.
All right. So you go get the other group there. The rest of them except for Don. Is that right?
We at least have some leg room down there.
So you're leaving Don upstairs?
Don doesn't want to come down.
I don't even saw him get back.
Hey, you sure Francis would have taken note of Don's entrance.
Don can.
Yeah? I
do
mean-
Don.
KFC's pretty adept at catching or like perceiving Don at this point.
Yeah,
Aubrey,
if he walks into a room, I know.
If Aubrey was if he was upstairs, Aubrey would have tried to also get him downstairs.
I would point out that Don has not tried to kill you today.
It's true.
Don, if Aubrey would have
It's
asked you to
true.
come downstairs, would you have come?
He probably would not have argued.
So you got Aubrey and Zeta and Leland and Sad Don.
Why is Don so sad?
Because he killed his dad.
Probably, actually.
It's probably
That's
playing
probably the
into
root
it.
cause of a lot of this.
Or the man that claimed to be his dad.
That's probably the root cause of this problem, actually.
So
Of
if
the typhoon?
you guys all group up, the waitress kind of leads you back into the kitchen, and then into a trap door that goes into the cellar.
All right, good enough.
As you guys go down there, she says, "We better not find anything missing when we let you guys out of there later."
If there is, I'll pay for it.
She kind of closes the trap door.
Wait, did y'all get Don?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sad
So-
Dom.
He's been
Oh.
quiet. He's actually in close proximity with Francis and is not like trying to strangle him.
His hands are still glowing.
So, I'm curious, what were people's reactions to Zeta just being a walking whirlwind in
It's
the middle
windy
of
already.
a crowded room in a typhoon?
People.
This building is probably not built well. He's probably
Yeah,
breezes up.
there's already a lot of wind in the room.
Probably very warm air.
But you guys spend the night down there?
Mm-hmm. him from Discord.
I know this is gonna sound retarded, but I think rolling a D100 kills my Discord and the music from Roll20.
Do it again.
No.
Yeah, do it again.
So you guys hear some pretty nasty weather throughout the night. And I think it's just when I do it. Because it's happened twice, and it was both D100s
Try it
that
one more
were
time.
in the 90s. So, you guys sleep, wake up the next day, and it's,
Still sucky out.
it sounds like it's still raining outside. But that's a little disturbing. Because it sounds like it's raining outside.
Like right above us.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeet.
I'll go ahead and creak open the door.
Give me a strength check.
9/11.
No. The door is not moving.
Don, we'll give it a try.
Too soon, Opry.
As he
Been almost, what, 20 years?
Too soon.
as he approaches, his muscles begin to swell a bit, and his fists, his knuckles begin to glow red hot. And here we go, I guess. This will be a fucking colossal failure, I'm sure. So that's gonna be running at a +5.
Oh, and Donovan, the feeling you had from before faded last night.
Seriously? Fucking seriously?
It goes up about an
Nice.
inch. Seems to meet some type of resistance.
I'm gonna try one more time.
Should we combine our
Did I
efforts for this?
Sure.
He is stronger than Don.
Leland kind of steps up on the staircase and pushes up, gives a mighty heft. You hear a slide and cracking noise as the door kind of shifts open. And above you is a rainy sky with a lot of debris around you. There seem to be a bunch of people working in the debris to try to recover other people.
What year is it?
Their bodies being pulled from the debris.
Ooh.
As
Aubrey
Don's
will immediately get out and try to assist with that.
Donovan will keep his rage going, his rage, quote unquote, as he starts lifting debris off of people as best he can.
And I will do the same.
Okay. So
Yep.
it's still bad
Decent
outside,
cleanup.
and you notice when you look around that most buildings seem okay, but a few of the more ratty buildings, they didn't make it,
Like this one.
like this one.
When we've done everything we can with this building, Don will move on to another one
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and go try to pull people out the rubble.
Is that how you're gonna spend the day?
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna spend the day.
Probably.
We're going to check on the horses.
Does that pole come back?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Aubrey for the horses.
Okay. It's cold out. It's wet. Still raining. Still windy. It's not terrible.
Don't think Don's got to worry about the cold that much.
Are there many people out at the moment?
Most of the people you see out are guards. Seem to be patrolling the areas and trying to recover, dig through debris and make sure there's basically trying to make sure there's not people in the downed houses. So it seems like there were a decent number of people. They're not a lot. There's not a lot of people in the the building you guys crawled out of. By the time you get out of there, but you can tell from the stains on a lot of the debris that there were.
Ugh. Tried to warn them. The fools.
Sorry
So-
about your town and kids.
Sorry about your town, kids. So
But at least it wasn't our fault this time.
if KFC is gonna go take a look for the
We don't know
horses,
that.
when you get
Don's
to the
just doing-
stable, the horses are okay.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, let's pay this stable guy.
Yeah, he deserves a raise.
Yeah. And check on the horses, feed them, pet them, make sure they're all good.
I'll give him 10 gold for caring after Spring.
Oh, you're going to?
I was the one that wanted to go.
Okay.
Spring will never leave your side again.
Unless she has to.
Okay. I guess Don give me Constitution check real quick.
Would be fort save, maybe?
No. You and Leland, actually, since both of you are pulling people out of rubble today.
Oh my God.
Still better than a lot than what most could pull off. Well, a little worse.
You say this. Watch Leland.
You two work for a better part of the day, and a lot of the search through the rubble seems fruitless. There's just a lot of destroyed buildings. Doesn't seem like there's anything in them. There are a few cases where you do find bodies. They're just that, bodies. But
Just got grim real fast.
yeah, didn't
Natural disasters.
didn't expect the monsoon to roll through.
Medieval stasis. They can't fight natural disasters.
We can't fight natural disasters.
I think it's less about that and that they just haven't, repaired their damaged infrastructure.
We were staying in the cheapest place in town.
It's true.
Yeah. No, if we were in the slums.
Yeah.
And if they didn't, replace that dry rot, that's the one that's gonna go down.
We weren't in the slums. We didn't get robbed.
So you guys,
They wait until after the storm passes.
All
don't
right.
you know that?
anything in anything in particular you guys are wanting to do today?
I'll go back to the library, see if
Swim.
it's any
There's-
further clear.
There's still a decent number of people there, but it's not nearly as bad. Most of them seem to have dispersed.
Don's
Oh.
just trying to get that feeling out.
I'll give it a go over.
What's he doing to try to get the feeling out?
Working,
Gotcha.
trying to do disaster recovery. He's basically doing volunteer work all day.
Yep.
It's very uncharacteristic, actually. In fact, when Francis comes back around, he's actually going to thank Francis and Aubrey for going to check on the horses.
Our pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. Trust me, those horses mean more to me than, well, pretty much all of y'all.
Understandable.
Even Oswin?
Well, except for Osmond.
Damn.
Poor Osmond.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Osmond's all right. He's a good horse.
So is there anything else particular you guys are handling today?
Is I able to find any books?
Yeah, I mean, I need to go check out a standing inn and see if I can get us some rooms.
Sure. I mean, you know of another inn.
Is that one still good?
One way to find out.
All right.
Alright, so you head that way. Sure enough, the salty hook still stands.
How? Okay. Well, engineering.
Looks like it's a sturdy building.
Good.
Sturdier than the last one.
Does it have some stone on the ground floors at least?
No.
It is not fashioned from stone. Why?
Or brick or something?
It's very much fashioned from wood.
Wood. Alright.
It lasted longer than the other one. It's probably good.
If it's wood, it's good. Francis walks in.
Alright. And you've been here before. There's a good number of people here.
To see if I can secure us at least the ability to stay there. I assume all the rooms are taken.
No, actually. She has about 4 rooms left.
Alright. Yeah, we'll take it.
Sure. It is gonna be 2 gold pieces for the 2 rooms. 4 rooms, I'm sorry.
4 rooms, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. She gives you the... They're not... Yeah, she gives you the keys to them, to the 4 rooms.
Alright, I'll take them and grab an ale and just kind of stare into the middle space and drink that neat.
It's 2 copper for the ale.
Yeah.
Alright.
Right.
So, Aubrey, give me a see perception. Since you don't have to navigate people to find the books.
Huh.
Sure, you find a book on law.
Of like local law or like law in general, philosophy of law.
It's law blah blah. It's law blahs law blog.
No, it's about general law. It's more of a guide on what to do if you find yourself in legal trouble.
Alrighty. Anything on local laws or history of law in the land?
This is a book. It's the equivalent of a book trying to teach you how to get out of speeding tickets.
Yeah, but is there anything else that I'm seeing?
Starting.
That's the closest approximation of the book you're looking for in this place that you have found.
Alright, cool. Now, are these books rentable?
If you're gonna ask the librarian,
Yeah.
he lets you know that
Wasn't-
you cannot leave the premises with the book.
Fair enough. But before I look into the book, do you know of any stores in the area that might sell books of this nature?
She says, sure. She kind of gives you directions. If it still stands, you probably want to find the Dusty Grimoire.
Thank you very much. And I'll go in. I'll spend a little time reading.
Alright. Anything else anybody's wanting to do?
Just keep digging up rubble. That's about it.
Yep.
Easy enough. You notice by the time the evening comes around, there's already some people starting to clear. I mean, you guys have been clearing rubble, but one of the first places you guys had started with was the Rusty Spittoon, and they've already begun work on getting rid of all the waste and trying to get back to the foundation of the building as if they're going to start rebuilding.
Don's been more concerned with just making sure that he found people in case they might have been alive.
Okay. Here we go. It's time to see if this is actually a real thing. That's okay. Well, you didn't find. Well, you guys found in total between the two of you maybe 2 bodies, but the fact that there aren't that many bodies is a relief. Not counting the rusty spittoon.
Like based on how many people Gerald went around and tried to reason with, how many people do I think were in there?
Well, Gerald's in Irison,
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
So-
Fucking over.
like I said, it was elbow to elbow in there last time you were in the room.
I'll go with a lot.
Go with a lot.
It's late.
Yeah? You guys want to call it here? Probably.
I'm personally going to call it here if that's okay.
It's cool.
Well, do you guys have anything else you want to do for the day?
Mostly just going to be doing helping out with clearing debris and finding bodies.
All right. So
A
you
dead
guys,
body, ladies and gentlemen.
sure. You guys will eventually find your way back to the Salty Hook. Bed down for the night, and we'll call it there.
Cool.
Cool, yeah.
See you guys later.
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 So that was a sharp left turn.
Boom, monsoon.
Boom, monsoon.
Yep.
Right?
We got to the end of the week, generated the weather. It was like, well, natural disasters. Like, oh
Zeta's
goodness.
dream.
Yeah.
Like, you know that picture of like that guy in the middle of the road with the beer and the American flag? Just like facing a hurricane. That was Zeta.
Fantastic.
See, just playing around in the wind. Just gets fucking slammed by a sign.
Yep. I don't have any AC.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna
You're looking to hit like
roll some.
12.
You were out there for a few hours doing 1 per hour, and then like fucking rolled in the 90s, and I was like, wow, shit. Now I gotta figure out what kind of debris is in this storm.
Animals.
Gets hit by spring.
Just a big pig.
Spring or springtime?
Spring.
Spring's daughter is her formal name.
Get it right.
And
It's
I'm making
important
her
to
So,
get it right.
beautiful
Persephone?
seashell necklace.
Not even. I was thinking about rolling to see if the horses were okay, but I'm not even gonna fucking bring that.
Be that
Too
asshole.
dark.
Yeah, it's too much.
Welcome
Like
to West.
playing
Welcome to Westground. How tough are you?
Right? It's hard to fucking kill the horses.
Kill a player.
Well, the players at least.
Kill an NPC, easy. Kill a horse?
That's like
Spike.
killing the dog at the end of the movie.
Last time we had to kill one
Spice
of my
'cause
pets,
the-
we had to expend all the Holofs, lay on hands to revive it.
We did. That was the subject of like, okay, I think I had 3 people I revived multiple times. You know, you're on Vale
Right. And Zaflon one.
and Zaflon. Oh right, and then I had that girl's mother, and then your pet. So 4 4 creatures.
You did good work.
I'm glad that your pet was one of them.
Oh shit.
He was so unhappy about it. I have looked into the face of the void and I want to go back.
Wait, what?
The monkey.
What about it?
That poor monkey.
It was just like traumatized from being dead and being brought back to life.
Yeah.
Comes
Full
back
of
like it's from Event Horizon.
Like you have to like agree to being brought back to death from death, but I assume that like instinctually an animal would just go for it. And then he was just like, "Whoa, what is this? Never mind.
What's happened? I don't understand.
I'm so."
Alright, let me go and kill stream here.